What's up, guys? Welcome to another Astrom Cross podcast. Today, it will be just me for a little bit. My friend is kind of stuck at work, so I will be running the podcast for a little bit. I believe I am having two guests coming in, so let me check in. And yes, give me 1 sec. I will be getting them online right now. Hello.
Hey,
Okay. Okay. You're live, guys. So I was just telling everybody that we have issues today. My friend got stuck at work, and we'll be having two guesses. Do you mind to introduce yourself, guys?
yeah, hello. Can you hear me?
Yes. Yes, I can.
Um,
Ki-
I'm SirGoldalot. I've been a member of the community for about 2 years now. I haven't produced any HTCG, but I've been a huge fan of a lot of HTCGs, including Astrom Cross.
All right. What about Ether? I don't know if he can
Can you
hear
hear
me.
me?
Yeah, I can hear you now. I believe he's having issues. Uh, okay, for some reason I can't hear you. Let me. I will try to text you and see if I can fix the problem.
Hope it looks like he's out of here.
Yeah,
That's a shame.
yeah. I was planning on an interview him because he just posed that he finished all the cards on his game. So, but that's a shame. All right. I couldn't. I'm sorry. I couldn't hear yourself when you tried to um, uh, introduce yourself. I hear most of it, but can you repeat again?
Start with my mic peaking. Does it sound good now?
Yeah, it is. It sounds good.
Okay. So yeah, my name's SirGoldalot. I've been part of the community for just a little bit over 2 years now. Um, I've made any HTCGs, but I've been a huge fan of a lot of them, including Astrom Cross, Chaos Galaxy, Oversoul, all the big ones.
All right. Um, let me see if I can get him. But all right. Um, well, today's team was supposed to be. Oh, I think he's on the. He's on the. Yeah, he's on the. I don't think my mic is working. We could hear you from moment to moment. I don't know if it is a problem with with your mic or the connection. Uh, yes. Shout outs to Dark Voider. Um. Anyways. Yeah. I believe. Um. Oversoul has a tournament today. Uh.
Yes, we did have one earlier today.
Yeah. I couldn't be there. I tried, but I couldn't. So. Um. How did it go? I mean, do you guys were there? You guys
It went,
watching?
yeah, it went. I was one of the lead organizers on the tournament, and it went somewhat well, I'd say. We had about 5 people show up. Or actually, sorry, that's not even true. About 7 people show up.
All right, that's good. It was pretty good.
We had 14 people on the official contestant list. A lot of people had little things come up, but they forgot that today was the day. So we had about half the people that were expecting to receive, but get it done. It took a total of 3 hours, and we followed the different matches as well as some matches were going on that we didn't see. And overall, it went pretty well. We did a somewhat bracket type system for people to watch.
All right. Will these? Yeah, you guys said that this will be streamed. Like, you guys plan on having this on video so we can watch it later on or something?
Yeah. So this one was streamed to Twitch over YouTube due to some
Yeah, YouTube
issues
is
that
yeah.
Hey, can you guys hear me now?
Yes, we can.
I'm happy to be here then.
All right.
Introduce yourself before I continue my story, Aether.
Oh yeah. Sorry about that. Yeah, for those of you who don't know, I'm Aether. Got a game called Astronomica, and I think as Astro or Kai was just saying, I just finished most of the cards for the first set. So
Yes, we will be going into that in a minute. Let me finish with Goldalot here.
yeah.
Um,
Sorry about that.
no, don't
So
worry.
we live streamed it on Twitch. The original plan was live streamed on YouTube. We had some issues with YouTube, some budget timing, agreement type stuff. So we opted to do it on Twitch over YouTube. It was live streamed to Twitch today as well. I do believe it will be uploaded as a video to YouTube or video to Twitch that we might be able to recover as an MP4 and put on YouTube. That's unclear right now. But we wanted to in some way preserve indefinitely for you to be able to look at and watch online. The original first Oversoul tournament, because we plan to do more like this in the future really quick. But yeah.
All right, yeah, that sounds interesting. Actually, I try to watch it. When I get home, I try to go onto Twitch and watch it, but the videos weren't available yet, so that's why I ask.
Yeah.
Hopefully it's preserved forever. Otherwise, we just lost a extremely fun tournament tradition.
All
Because
right.
we had to switch over to Twitch last second, so I don't know fully how to save stuff on Twitch to make it last forever. So that was my bad.
All right.
I caught a little bit of the tournament when it was running. I want to say good job, guys. I mean, I don't think I've seen anyone stream an HTCG tournament yet, so all things considered, I think it went well.
Do you have? I mean, I think this question is a little bit, but coming from like, you guys have we got a community that is about 200 people over there mostly. I mean, I know many of them aren't active anymore, but do you have a good view count over there?
On the Twitch,
Yes.
overall, this was a Twitch that was being made yesterday, Friday at night.
Yeah.
So it had no followers on it or anything. But we were overall able to get to 7 or 8 viewers at some point, just because we posted it in HTCG as well as all over Oversoul's Discord, and overall we got, I believe, enough traction just through all those channels to be able to ignite people.
All right. All right. Well, all right. Still, I mean, the tournament went well. That's what is important. You got, I believe this was like kind of like a test, to test some cards and stuff like that. Um, so in my belief, it was a great tournament. I didn't watch it just in case. I want to be there because yeah, no, but I mean, to have 7 people show up to the actual tournament, it is, pretty good
Oh no,
thinking that.
definitely. I think a big problem with some HTCGs is playtesting. It's
Yeah.
hard to get people really to play test, and I think being able to get that many people to do an online tournament for your game before the main set is even out,
Yep.
because it's only the starter decks. I mean, that's pretty good.
Yeah, it is.
That's
what I'm.
I think the big thing that drove that many people to show up in the first place at all was this tournament was announced a few weeks out and was talked a lot in voice channels even before then. So there was a good 4 or 5 people, not all of which who even showed up to the tournament today, but who were really into like, oh, I want to win this tournament and I want to be the very best. So they really like created this really I don't want to
Yeah.
say aggressively competitive, but this really competitive environment where everyone's just trying their best and
Oh no,
go
definitely. I
awesome.
Yeah, I check out the Oversoul Discord sometimes. I mean, I know I see like Curio active a lot, talking about like deck profiles. Like Oversoul seems pretty active. I'm looking forward to seeing how the first set does as well.
Yeah, it is. It is pretty active. I'm always like going in and there, so I'm always talking to Simango, which is the creator, and I'm always talking to Kiro. And so anyway, yeah, it is an active server, and it is actually a pretty fun game. It is pretty good game.
Yeah, I'll
Yeah.
admit I haven't really had a chance to try it out yet, so I got to make sure to put that on my list.
All right, yeah, you have to put it on your list. um, well, now I will go to you, rather. You said today, I believe, that you just finished your 114 cards for your first edition.
Yeah, so I don't know. I might have a bit of a different process than some people in the community. I was like ironing out the basic mechanics a while ago, and then I came up with the ideas for the effects and I got the number wrong. It's 118 cards, and I've just been slowly, chipping away at it. Uh, Even though I finished, the art and like the general effects for most of the cards, game's still pretty far away from releasing because I want to polish it a bit. But yeah, that was just today.
All right, but when you say the game was far away from releasing, you mean like the rules are made, you're just trying to balance the effect on the cards, you balance the cards, or you're still balancing the game.
Yeah, like I haven't really done as much play testing as I would like to have yet. So probably going to spend some time for the next couple of months doing some play testing. I don't want to release the game too early. Uh, there's not really a huge benefit to doing that anyway. So
Yeah.
I'm just kind of holding it back, even though I could technically release it now because I want to make it the best it can be.
All right, that makes sense. Yes. And how long do you think it will take you?
Oh, to release it?
Yes.
I'm kind of aiming for February right now.
All right.
It kind of depends on the timeline of like what gets done when, but February is currently the working date.
All right. Yeah. That's not very far away. So yeah, it makes sense. It's pretty good. Um, since I got you here, I like you to I'd like to introduce. I mean, to interview you. How long have you
Okay.
been working with this game?
Uh, Astronomica specifically, it's kind of a hard question to answer. So, if you've seen my Discord channel, you'll see like almost a year ago, even I was working on like some sci-fi art, and some of
Yes.
that is carried over into this game because after I dropped my last game, Easterborn, I've just kind of slowly been getting up to the point where I reached Astronomica. And it had multiple working titles, multiple working names, but I'd say if you want a definitive answer, probably early August is when it's truly like sped up production.
All right. And what makes you change from your first game to this game?
Well, I think I've learned a lot from the first game. For example, I don't know, my I learned art for my first game. I've only been drawing for about a year and a half now, so
All right. Yeah. That's
I I look back at that game, it's pretty rough. Um, Spend a bit more time working on the rules. I think a lot of people when they start in the HTCG community, their idea is I want to make Yu-Gi-Oh with more features. I want to make Magic with more features,
yes.
And I was kind of the same way, where I was like, oh hey, I like Magic, but you know what it needs? Feature creep.
Yeah, it is one of the podcasts. It was one of the themes that we talk about, and is that many of these new TCG creators, they just like to create a card, and they don't create like a new game. It is just a fan based game.
Yeah, no, I get what you mean. There's a lot of creators who they'll take the game they idolize, add one mechanic, and then they'll call it their game. And I mean, you could technically do that and still do well. I think there's some games in the community that are heavily based off of a specific game, and they're still doing well. It's a lot harder. I feel like to stand out that way.
Well, it is. I don't say that it will be harder to stand out because it is. What I will say is, let's say Magic the Gathering. If you
Yeah.
create a copy of Magic the Gathering and you just take the lands in a different deck, your game will work pretty well, will work excellent. You have all the features from Magic the Gathering, but you just have one thing that is different.
Oh,
And
I don't mean to say that the game wouldn't play well or wouldn't be it's just for example, in that example, right? Where you're
mhm,
saying the lands are in a separate deck, right?
yeah,
I mean, that's practically force of will.
yeah, they changed a few rules, but what I mean is for the homemade TCG community, if you do that, people will like your game because if you are a Magic player, you will like this game because it's exactly the same thing. You just add a different feature. Um,
I can see that, yeah.
but yeah, when you try to make it out there to the public, like make it really
Yeah.
a
It's
game,
a hard stigma to get
that's
over.
yeah, that's something that people won't like because
Yeah. Towards the end of Easterborn, when I took it out to a play test, even people I knew and who thought it was fun, the first thing they said was, "Is this just magic?"
all right, yeah, so it
Yeah.
is. It was a rough copy of the Magic the Gathering.
Yes, kind of similar. Basically, the land. It was similar to what you said, where the land was a separate deck, but that deck was also your life, and then you would spend pretty much that to play cards.
All right,
So I thought thought it was a fun mechanic, but I didn't really try to change anything really beyond that, and it was noticeable.
all right, all right. Um, well, and you say, yeah, how long have you been in the HTCG community?
Oh, since it started, definitely.
Oh, you're one of the oldest members.
I mean, I didn't really start out my channel until two and a half years ago, but I've been watching videos since 2012 maybe.
So you
Like,
you mean okay? You mean like you weren't one of the original HTCG creators, but you were a member.
yeah.
All right. Um, can you tell me something about your game that you can say, okay, this is my game. This is what makes it mine.
Yeah. So I think a lot of people can probably pick a card game that their game is kind of similar to. And in my case, I'd probably say Vanguard because of the field layout. It's 3x2.
All
Uh,
right.
the main thing I'd say that makes it different. Uh, so there's a planet deck, right?
Mhm.
And these planets generate these resources that you'd spend, but the way it works is at the start of the game, the planet deck goes on your field face down, and you slowly explore the field. So it kind of mixes a board game aspect to the card game.
All right.
Yeah, and then the planet deck is you'll have the same planets every game, but the order you find them will be different. So like it kind of changes your game plan every game. No two games you'll really have the same field, so you can't really use the same tactic immediately.
Okay. Okay. And do you have? I'm asking because I haven't played your game, so I need to kind of figure out how it works in this case.
Yeah.
Um, do your do you have like you have different planets in the field, or can you or the same planet on the field? Like,
Yeah. So the planet deck is 6 cards since the
oh,
field is
okay,
like,
okay.
yeah, it's like 2 by 3, like the Vanguard field, and then you can have 2 copies of a planet in the deck. So like if you want to be like, like as polished and optimized a deck as possible, you just run like 3 planets and 2 copies of each planet. But even then, you wouldn't know where each planet would be, so it's still kind of randomized there.
All right. Um, Now I will ask you some stuff outside of the. Well, it has to be related to the game, but what is that drives you to make your games?
Uh, hmm, that drives me.
Yes. What
I mean,
makes you what makes you make these games?
uh, I just like card games. It's always been a big part of my life, and like even when I was getting like a little response or whatever, I would still keep working on it because it's just fun, and I guess that's the main reason.
All right. Um, do you have any other games or content creators from the HTCU community that you follow?
Besides you,
No, no, no. Yeah, not me. Besides.
um, sorry. Content creators I follow. Well, of course, I follow Sin Mango definitely. Oversold a pretty cool game.
All right.
Skyscape, but I think a lot of people here will follow Skyscape as well. He has one of the bigger games.
Yes, I like his game.
Yeah. Um, Beastmasters TCG. I don't know if he had a YouTube channel. He kind of released his game a year ago and then dropped it, and now he's working on it again. But he has an Instagram, and his art is amazing. So anyone here who has the Instagram, I recommend following him.
All right. I have him on Instagram. I have seen his art. I didn't know he has a card game.
Yeah, it's been a while since I think he's really focused on it more. Recently, he's just been posting his art, which I don't mind, but yeah, he does have a game. It's just,
All right.
and like, I guess in a similar vein, Nexus's project.
Yeah, well, yeah, until recently.
Yeah, no, I mean, I love his art, so I'd
Yeah,
say
he's
follow him on everything, but yeah,
until yeah. Yeah, I'm gonna follow him. I follow him too. I have some of his cards, my cards that are made by him. So yeah, I love his art, and well, it's a shame that he decides to. I mean, he said he wasn't quitting. He was just taking a time. So
yeah,
I'll
I
just
know, I definitely get that. I mean, after I dropped like set one of Easterborn and then like removed it from the Game Crafter, I took a break because sometimes when like you're working on a game and you just like, I don't know, you just don't have that push, that motivation to like go forward. You just have to take a break or else you're gonna burn yourself out.
yeah. All right. And do you have any games that you used to follow but not anymore, and why? If you have one.
Mm, like in the HTCG community?
And actually, in general, it doesn't matter.
Oh, well, I mean, when I was a kid, I used to play a lot of Yu-Gi-Oh.
And why you didn't follow that anymore?
Ooh, 2 words: power creep.
Yeah.
I
Yeah,
mean,
it is.
Jesus H Christ.
Yeah. All right. When a new card game is coming out, what is it that it calls the attention to you? Like what what makes you go and try to play that game?
Hmm. We talking like HTCGs or are we just talking cards in general? I guess.
Actually, we can talk about both.
Okay. But when it comes to actual card games, I think it's a mix of like the art and the gameplay because like I don't know, it's kind of hard. It's kind of weird saying, "Oh yeah, the art and the gameplay." I mean, that's all the parts of a card game. I feel like, but I think like when it comes to HTCGs on YouTube, I'd be lying if I didn't say art is the first thing I see and the first thing that makes me click on a video.
All right.
Like, but I think that's for everyone. When it comes
Yeah,
to
the visual
yeah,
aspect is just way too appealing to overlook it.
Yeah, it
yeah,
is.
like I think it's good advice for a lot of people in the community to like spend a lot of time working on the rules and stuff like that. But I think I saw the other day someone mention like rules comes first, art comes second when it comes to your card game on YouTube or whatever. You know, iron it out, and like I agree, mechanically wise, but it's like it's more like art and mechanics are on the same vein because if you let the art slack, no one's gonna pay attention to your game on YouTube, and I know that because it's happened to me before.
No, that is in part. Okay, I agreed with you if you are looking for how is it called? Attention, let's say it like this. I don't I can't
Oh
really
yeah,
get the word.
Awareness, like
I get what you
Yes,
mean.
that's the word, yeah.
Yeah,
If
I'm
you're
mainly talking about traction.
yeah, you need to have a nice art. But when you're trying to build something like real, like you wanted to
you
put
want
it
something
out
that's gonna
there
get
to
you
the
more
world,
engagement.
yeah,
Yeah,
art is like you can buy it after that, but you need to have a solid thing.
yeah, no, I get what you mean. You definitely do need a solid base, but it just kind of felt like underselling the fact when people were talking about like I get it, art does come second, but you do have to think about the art because if you ignore it,
I don't know, define yeah,
yeah,
that's a great point. You need to have a good art. Um so what do you look on a TCG? Like what is that, like right now, are you playing a TCG?
not really. Last game I played was Magic, but I've dropped that recently.
All right, yeah, that's what I'm asking you. What does what do you think it will hook you on a TCG? What is that you are looking for?
Uh, to be honest, players, a game could be amazing, but if nobody's playing it near you, why would I invest in it? You know?
Okay, you don't have Magic players near you. That's odd.
Oh, well, no, I just mean like that's the main thing I look for when I'm starting a game. For
Oh, okay.
Magic, it was just kind of like the friends I played it with, not as available anymore, so I haven't invested any money in it recently.
Oh, okay, okay. Um, well, I have uh yeah, I'm sorry, your name is so difficult. Goldalot? Sir
Yeah,
Gordalot?
what's up? Yeah,
All right. I'm sorry, but your name is difficult for me.
yeah. Think of it this way: so it's Sir like the title, gold like the metal, and then you have a lot of it.
All right, Goldalot.
Nice.
Okay, yeah. What is it? What does it hook you into a TCG?
In terms of like cooking and like first getting me to like something,
Not the.
it's as much. Well, if I was just going off of that, half of it I'd say is art, but also half of it is a very very interesting template that actually has like a lot of curves and stuff. For example, a TCG that just looks really, really appealing to me is Hearthstone. At the end of the day, the card text isn't way too bulky or anything. The borders are really, really big, and like minions are circular shaped in terms of their art, versus the spells are like rectangular shaped, like having like really, really awesome identifiable cards, as well as obviously its art is what really grabs me. But in terms of what makes me sustain in a game, I
Mm,
think that's a balance between both gameplay and actually theme. And I know
alright.
it sounds really, really dumb, but when I say theme, I don't mean like art or anything or lore specifically, but just like a general, like, hey, what type of like scale is this taking place in terms of, not in terms of lore, but just like in terms of, I guess what I'm trying to say is like lore, but to a different degree, right?
No,
Like,
I get
Yeah,
what you mean. Like,
yeah,
yeah,
I think some people, or I guess I should just say kids, honestly, when they like make HGCGs, they'll just be like, "Oh, it's Ultra Monster World," and it's just like a bunch of different things. But like, I don't know. Personally, I personally like a game when it sticks to a specific theme or like period. where it's like an actual unified vision as to what the world's going to be like.
And I think if you make a TCG that has all these crazy extremities, it's really really cool if you can like play it off. You know what I mean? If like the theme is that there's like 10 different
Yeah.
if there's like a cowboy theme and a samurai theme and a space theme and like they're like different factions and stuff, then it works out really well.
Yeah.
So you're saying magic don't work?
Yeah, like for example, like Yu-Gi-Oh works really really well sometimes because some like the Yu-Gi-Oh cards are extremely like anime crazy over the top, and then some of them are like extremely like down to earth realistic, and then some of them are like just like weird actual like demon.
Yeah.
Magic overall, I feel like doesn't work just because from set to set, it completely changes theme. I might say Hearthstone does that as well, and we were just talking about how much you love Hearthstone. Hearthstone does it in a way that's like I don't necessarily say slow, but they do it in a way that makes sense within their own universe because Hearthstone's obviously already working inside a universe, which is the World of Warcraft universe.
Yeah.
It's a lot easier to work when you already have a universe versus Magic is like it's in like it's really the own weird realm where it's kind of related to Dungeons and Dragons and like Wizards of the Coast, but it's kind of not.
I think Magic's like seems work. I mean, they try to stick to general sayings like not going like beyond steampunk technology, and then like I think this thing with Magic
Not
is you can get
anymore.
kind of pulled out of the world because every world is based on something in real life. I mean, and you know that because they'll have like an Aztec world, they'll have an Egyptian world, they'll have a Greek world, and it's like in the back of your mind, you just know they're trying to hit the tropes because they're popular.
Yeah. That's not anymore. For what I hear, there is an article on one of the magic groups saying that they are planning soon on releasing a sci-fi theme.
Yeah,
That
I feel like that just
I hope that's. I hope they don't do that.
yeah, it goes out of what the realms of magic are, but yeah.
And also when I say theme, another thing that's really cool about Magic's theme is that Magic's theme is like the deck is called like the library, right?
Yeah.
And the entire idea is that like every single island in like your quote unquote library is a different island that you visit. And on this island, or on like these 7 islands, so basically when you tap those 7 islands, then this really really cool dragon appears, and this is like a dragon from like your adventures. Like often being like different books in the library is a really really cool theme, and I feel like it's really really solid. Definitely one of those things where I don't play Magic very often, but when I did play Magic, it was probably just because I really really strong and awesome central theme.
I don't know. When it comes to like, I'll be honest. When I was starting to learn Magic, the fact that they called the deck the library was kind of corny to me. But
No, and I can definitely see that.
no, I can see what you mean about liking that. Yeah, I think there's I don't know. I guess when it comes to card games, there's like kind of two types of games where like there's games where like you're a character in the game's world or story in a sense, and then there's games where the game has a story, but you're just playing a game.
Yeah, like Yu-Gi-Oh is like a world where like the lore is that the cards are cards and that the players are players, right?
Yes.
And in Magic, the lore is that the players don't really exist, but like the idea that like they're like planeswalkers does, but planeswalkers also exist as planeswalkers. But basically, in those types of games, the combat between you and the opponent doesn't matter in like the grand out scheme of the world. You know what I mean? Like it's like really just like a highlight of what it's like a battle simulator, I guess.
All right.
Yeah.
Yu-Gi-Oh, even though like obviously no one's like doing crazy over the top anime stuff, it's your combat between each other. It doesn't affect the cards themselves, but they affect you and your opponent. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Which I know sounds really, really dumb, but I feel like that's one of those things that it does make me interested in the TCG.
No, I can see that.
Yeah, definitely. So your game that you guy, I mean, or at least SirGoldalot, Gold a lot. I'm sorry. um, so you right now you are a Hearthstone player.
I would say if I had to pick one game that I play constantly, I would have to go with Hearthstone. Yes.
Is it that because it is digital and you just go into your cell phone or your computer and play with whoever it is out there, or it is because you don't have a place nearby or friends nearby to play any kind of game that is
I
out
think
there right now.
I think part of it is actually the fact that it's all online. Whether it's, I do play on both PC and mobile, and I think a huge thing is there's a lot of YouTube content out there from like a lot of different Hearthstone people. And another thing that's really interesting about Hearthstone is that a lot of the times it's just because it has attacker's advantage, but it's not quite as combo-y as Yu-Gi-Oh, which also has combat attacker's advantage. You know, where like the attacker gets to choose who's the blocker. It makes it a lot of times like solitaire, where it's like, okay, here's my turn. This is how much mana I have, and I want to influence the board this much. How's the best way to do this? You know, how do I get the most damage on the player, as well as clearing the most minions, as well as also planning the most for like the next turn. You know what I mean?
All right, yeah,
And I really like that kind of like it's really Hearthstone is a single player experience. Unlike a lot of other TCGs, it's a single player experience where every once in a while you have to basically just react to like your opponent's board or like your opponent's like secret or whatever. That's what I kind of like about the game. Is that it's very much individualistic or individualistic.
So you're saying like Hearthstone is kind of solitaire-esque, but that's what you like about it.
Yeah, that's what I like. It does what Yu-Gi-Oh does as well, but Yu-Gi-Oh it ends in 2 turns. You know,
Yeah,
like
no,
Yu-Gi-Oh is like straight solitaire, but this it's like solitaire, but you get like crap thrown at you, and then you have to work around that crap, and then throw crap at your opponent. But you don't really throw crap at your opponent. You just try and make your best combo. You know, or not best combo, but just your best board.
no, I get what you mean. I like those kind of single player esque games too. It's just you usually don't see people describe card games as solitaire as a good thing, but like that's kind of like my play style. So I see where you're coming from.
I just really enjoy the idea that you still have to obviously play around like your opponent's like certain removal spells at certain like mana levels, but at the end of the day, so I know like at like 5 mana I should start going wide because I have X removal spell, but I really do like the idea of I make my best board and then I try and like if they remove it, oh no, I had to rebuild my board.
Yeah,
I like it.
All right, yeah. So what you're saying is that you basically you don't like the interaction during your turn. You want to, do your thing, and then your
Yeah,
opponent get to do his thing.
I think that's what I like about Hearthstone. I don't know if it's necessarily what I dislike about other TCGs, but I think the fact that the only interaction between someone else's turn is secrets.
All right, yeah.
I think that's what I like about Hearthstone. I think that's why I play it so often.
yeah. I
All right.
think when it comes to counter spells and card games, you have to be really careful about it because it can end up just feeling what's the word like toxic, like just unfun if they're too good.
Yeah.
I personally, I'm a casual, so playing against blue decks can get me a bit mad.
All right. Yeah, I got you there, but you gotta. Well, I'm sorry, I'm a Magic player, so you gotta think about this. The only removal blue has is the counter spells. So basically, black Hearth Destroyer, white removes, fire deal damage, earth. Well, I don't know what earth does.
It ramps against big stuff.
Yeah, but it
Yeah,
doesn't have
like
removal.
combat removal,
Like,
pretty much.
yeah, well, yeah. But
Like
other
I get
than
why
that,
blue had like this counter spells to remove it. It's a good reason. I still hate it, but it's a good reason.
yeah. I mean, the fact that it's so cheap is the problem. But yeah, I understand. The two blue counter spell is, well, it's banned. It's no longer there. But yeah, it was a pretty. I run four of them in my deck, so yeah. Um. Okay, I guess Orsay's here whenever you want, my friend. I believe we are using the podcast. Oh, he's here.
Oh yeah, he's in the chat. I was.
Ursa. Okay, I guess he's there.
Dang. Yawgmoth got him already.
All right. Well, since we got you here, Sky, I don't know how much time you got, but we wanted to talk a little bit about templates. It was supposed to be the second team, but since we got you here, I will I'll use the time. Um,
Okay.
so um, how important it is a good template on a card game? Do you prefer to have something flashy, or do you prefer to have something that is simple but it works?
I'd say simple, but it works. I think it doesn't hurt if it's a little bit flashy. But I've seen templates on on the HDCG server where people are like, "Oh, that looks great," and it's beautiful, but I don't know what I'm looking at. Like, there's so many numbers and variables and effects that it's just like, hmm, where do I start?
Yeah, I get what you mean. Yeah, I was overwhelmed by it. I mean, I gotta say the template looks really awesome, but it, I, like you say, I didn't know what I was looking at. How about you, Sir Gordalot?
In terms of like what makes like a template good.
Uh, yeah, basically yes.
Uh, yeah. So the big thing with templates is knowing, at least for me, what deserves a keyword and what doesn't. For example, Yu-Gi-Oh! There's a lot of stuff that really should have a keyword,
Yeah,
and then it just doesn't, and then you end up with these huge paragraphs. But then now you have something like Magic, where they have a lot of keywords that are just there for like one or two sets, and then they rotate out. And a lot of these keywords are like, when I attack, give me +1/+1. Something that's like very, very like stat based instead of mechanic based.
um,
You know what I mean? Over something like trample. Trample has like a lot of mechanics behind it, right? Like it's like a, here's what's different about this card versus gaining a buff when you do X action feels like less of a keyword to me, you know?
yeah,
Keywords in general are just kind of a way designers save space on a card.
yeah.
Like,
No, I understand
oh,
that, but what I'm saying is I'm saying when you're only having it around for like one set and then it rotates out, suddenly your card game has over 110 keywords. I mean, you're playing some type of historic
oh
format,
no, I get what you mean now.
and like
Yeah,
like when I do play Magic, I play a lot of Elder Dragon Island, and when someone busts out a card that has like like injustice or some like really really random keyword, and they're like, oh yeah, I don't even know what that keyword does myself. So now you have to like look up this keyword from like
yeah,
a set from 2012 that is like, okay, whenever this creature like defensive attack, it gets +0/+1 until end of turn. And it's
Yeah,
like
yeah.
those are the mechanics where it's just like that really deserved a keyword. And in the time, it might have, because there might have been like 15 cards with that effect. But I feel like Magic had an over keyword compulsive like disorder, and then Yu-Gi-Oh had obviously zero, and it had these huge ass paragraphs.
No, I
yeah,
You know?
do understand that part because there's a lot of keywords in Magic, and like you say, most of them rotate, and we never see them again. Um, so yeah, I do understand that part. I believe that if it is a keyword just for a set, you can just put the whole thing on the card and that's it. Um,
Yeah.
that way you keep.
It's really really weird though, because also, sorry to interrupt you,
No, it's
but
okay.
some of those effects are like, oh yeah, we're just gonna have this around for like one set and stuff, and then they actually end up being like kind of interesting and like dynamic enough between both players in terms of like counterplay and stuff that they just keep it around for more sets. And then if you then add it as a keyword later, it's really really weird when there's cards that already have that, but it's not a keyword. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
yeah,
It's really, really hard to like future plan your game that much when so much of it has to get play tested by like your huge player base.
yeah. But yeah, Magic has so many keywords. I mean, like, I think I remember reading about with Modern Horizons, right? Like, that set has so many keywords because they're putting it directly into Modern, and it's like if you're a new player and you like cracked a pack of Modern Horizons, you wouldn't understand what half of those cards do.
Well, I mean, the card that I seen with most of the keywords is it was a chromas. I don't know if there is one with more. Uh,
Goodness gracious.
what?
Uh, I've been having a hard time with microphone.
All right. Which one it was?
Which one was what?
creature with more keywords, and
A chroma.
yeah, I believe that's the one that it has the most.
I mean, they jammed her with all the keywords they could jam her with.
Yeah,
Dang.
I mean, but technically, Soul Flare might have more keywords.
Oh, is Soulflare the one where he gets like the keywords in the discard pile, or like when there's
Yeah,
stuff in discard?
you dredge, best dredge, and whenever you dredge a creature with a keyword, he gets the keyword.
Oh yeah, Soulflare was a
There's
cool
also
deck.
a pretty nice deck.
all right. Well, now we got Ursa here, so tell us, Ursa, what do you think it makes a good template? Do you prefer something flashy or something simple but it works?
Simple. Something simple that it works.
All right. Um, why?
You know what? I mean, the more basic you keep it, the more people can understand what the card does. You have
Yeah, you're
the more intricate the card is, the less DR pops out, and you want DR to pop out.
all right. Yeah, that one makes sense. Yes.
And again, you want to be able to understand what the card does. You don't want to like look at it for hours and still don't know what it does.
A man of good taste.
Yeah.
Like you don't play pendulums and you have to read the pendulum for like 3 days just to figure out what the pendulum does.
You need a master's in Yu-Gi-Oh to understand how to play certain cards in that game.
Just like an
Yu-Gi-Oh,
encyclopedia for them.
Yu-Gi-Oh lost me a long time ago. um, that Ursa, I just interviewed Either. He just finished 114 cards for his first set. He said his first set
Nice.
was released in probably around February. Um, do you have any question for him or for his game? Related to his game or anything?
Can you give me the link to the card so I can see?
Yeah, send us a link so we can put it here in the in the
Yes.
in the description so people can.
Well,
So they can,
I can like talk in the chat real quick so you can get a link to my channel. I post videos every week. I'm going to show myself a little bit.
No,
uh,
go on.
new video
okay.
tomorrow. But yeah. Uh,
Yeah, I seen those unboxings.
yeah. My channel. I also try to do like videos for like the community in general because I don't know if you guys were around back when there was this channel called GCG News, but he used to shout out new games and like different creators and stuff like that, and we don't really have anything like that in the community anymore. So, I don't have the money to do it all the time, but when I can, I try to fill the void by picking up other people's games when when I do an order from the game crafter.
All right. Yeah, it makes sense. Um like I say, I seen your work, your videos. I seen them all just in case, and they're pretty good. And the music is kind of funny, but yeah, yeah, it is like a classic, all like music, but
I know the elevator music's an interesting choice, but
yeah, no, I mean, it makes it like like an old really relay music, like these old movies. So yeah, it is kind of good. It makes it interesting. um
yeah.
but yeah, it is. I seen your videos. um but yeah, we don't have him anymore. I mean, I seen some of his videos. I wasn't by the time that he was on, but I hear people talking about it, especially TCG pod or something, PFG TCG.
Oh, PDF GCG.
Yeah,
Yeah.
PDF TCG. Yeah, he was talking about it sometimes, and when he talks about it, I just go and check his old videos. The from that guy, and
Yeah, it's like real old HTCG stuff. I think his channel launched around the time of Chaos Galaxy, but that was back when Chaos Galaxy was just another game amongst hundreds, and not like the biggest one it is today.
yeah, it is. I saw him give him a shout out when Chaos was just a baby.
Yeah, they grew up so fast.
Yeah, but yeah, I know we don't have something like that anymore, and that will cost a lot of money to do.
Yeah.
But yeah, um, do you have any other question, Nursa? I guess not. um, well, okay, I got Dark Voider here asking, what do you guys think about the Copa? This is the new theme on YouTube, so
Oh boy.
yeah,
I mean, it's a my entire view on it is that it's a U.S. law that you have to follow no matter what. The
yeah,
fact that YouTube is doing it the way that they're doing it isn't really that ridiculous. Just don't mark your stuff for kids' content, and you should be fine.
Sadly, it's not that
yeah.
easy because like
No, it is though. Like
no,
it's gonna like demonetize some creators, but not very
No, it is like if
if
you
you
put that you're not for kids content, and then you have like us a gaming, yeah, kids play games, so
yeah,
No, I get
the
that.
problem of marking your own content is not for kids is that YouTube has said, like, in the FAQ and stuff like that they will sometimes use machine learning and stuff like that to change it back to for kids, and then you can't cheat it yourself.
Yes, I do marketing for like literally 3 different YouTube channels on all different types of content around gaming. I understand how this works, and as marketing law is not for kids, and in my analytics, I've seen absolutely no difference.
Well, it hasn't gone into effect yet.
yeah, it haven't. It's supposed to be on the January.
If you guys not get the new,
January.
if you guys not get the new dashboard,
Oh no, the new dashboard's up, but I just mean that the COPPA rules, like
Yeah,
all the changes to videos marked for kids and stuff like that, that's starting January 1st.
yeah, it
yeah,
starts.
but you're allowed to start marketing your channel now.
Oh no, yeah, I have,
Yeah.
but
Okay.
Yeah, I did too, but
All I'm saying is, from my personal perspective, and somebody who's been doing this for a little while, I don't think it's going to make as much of a difference as people think, even for this type of content where it's, I guess you'd call like bridged content, where it's both sides. Like
yeah,
both
I
younger and
think
older audiences.
I think it's definitely being a little bit blown out of water. Like people are saying, like people will be asking, like, "Oh, I have one video on YouTube. Will I get fined?" And someone will respond with, "You're going to get a $42,000 fine." Like the FTC doesn't have the time to like fine 10 subscriber YouTube channels for like stuff like that. But the question on everyone's mind is just like, what is it going to be like? And we don't really know that yet until January to see how far it'll go with dealing with it.
yeah,
Hopefully, it's mainly like hands off, but again, it's just like it's a wait and see.
the I mean the problem what I see it is that we don't even know what is happening. I mean, we know what is happening. We don't even know what content will be um uh will they be looking for to say, okay, this is wrong or this is good. There's a gray area over there, and there is a lot of content that falls either
Yeah,
on the front
I
or
think
the back.
I think their description of what is for kids was frankly written by someone really out of touch
Yeah,
because they're just like simply the fact that you have a game or an animated character. They were like, oh, this could be for kids, but it's like honestly, I personally don't think they're going to be targeting everybody who's doing gaming, obviously, but the way it's worded, they technically could.
yeah.
It's like, it's very vague. That's the main thing.
And besides, you have games that are not meant for kids, which is the problem I see. All right, I if I have something on Minecraft, yeah, I know that could be a target. But if I have something on I don't know, Grand Theft Auto, it is not supposed to be for kids. So why will my game be a target?
I mean, I don't know. I feel like for stuff like Grand Theft Auto, like Modern Warfare, like there's games that aren't like cartoony in any way. That's probably safe. Like, cause I mean, I'm sure kids play it, but it's easier to like be like that's clearly not made for kids versus like you know
Yeah,
if you're playing like Minecraft, even though that's a game for all ages and your content might not be for kids,
but
kids
kids
are gonna
play
want
it.
to watch that. So it's like, what do you market?
Yeah, and another thing is, I mean, right now we don't have any picture on the screen, but what about podcasts? Like right now I have this one, and there is the uh I forgot the name. The other podcast that Bros is doing, and what about these contents? And I know there's many others, but what about this type of content? Because
You know, I feel like podcasts are in general probably pretty safe. I mean, I don't know about you, but when I was a kid, I wasn't gonna like sit and watch an hour-long video of just audio. Like, and like, especially this podcast, we're mainly doing like kind of analytical stuff, discussing opinions and stuff like that instead of joking around. This is probably safe. Like,
yeah,
no problem.
all right. What about you, Orsa? What is your opinion on this thing?
Considering that this was written in 1998,
Yeah, they
this must be like 30 years just chilling there. They start trying to use it now.
nah. I believe this was written on '98, and this has to be
Couple
yeah. Somebody has to be
couple was established in 19.
yeah. Somebody has to go through all these laws again, all this stuff that they say on the '98, and start reworking on this thing because right now is a mess.
Well, the
Well,
problem is
see,
kind of like, no, I was just saying that like this situation's kind of because of that, where like they tried to apply COPPA to YouTube. YouTube took the fine, but now the settlement is pretty much YouTube saying, okay, any further violations on our part are based on our YouTubers because their channels are basically websites, and it's like
but
that's their idea of
you,
reworking it.
YouTube should shot himself on the foot because when they were um, talking about the percentage of people that watch YouTube and whatnot, they have and they kept on saying that the audience for regular YouTube was
Well,
kids between the age of 6, and that doesn't fly well with the couple.
yeah,
No, yeah, that's pretty much it. Like YouTube
Like
and Google.
once they start showboating the percentages of who
who watched it? Yeah,
what advertisements you can throw inside the people that are watching it, YouTube kids, yeah, so they
yeah,
got fined and all.
Yeah, and that's kind of why like this whole thing is leaving a bad taste in my mouth. Where it's like YouTube is still going to be doing these personalized ads that follow people around. That's what they're being fined
Yeah,
for because they're doing it to kids. It's just now they're saying, hey, FTC, these YouTube independent creators, their channels are websites, so you got to find them for not telling us, it was made for kids or not.
yeah.
And it passes the buck to like individual people who don't have the
They're
same.
washing their hands on this. Is like, I don't know what to put out. We just use the algorithms to tell us what advertisements they can have. So if their main audience is 11-year-olds, and that's their problem, not ours.
Yeah,
yeah,
it sucks.
yeah.
Yeah,
Now,
no, I
right
mean it's
now,
YouTube trying to get.
yeah, right now it's gonna be. I mean, YouTube is going to be. I don't know. I don't know what to think. I'm just gonna. I'm gonna
Yeah,
try and open an account in another server, maybe Twitch or Daily Motion, Daily. The other one.
Better,
I
Yeah.
think
Motion MMO.
better than dead.
the fact that you couldn't even like name it though kind of speaks volumes to like
Yeah.
how
Than
important
dead.
YouTube is.
I mean,
It
YouTube. I didn't use it
doesn't
for
get
a
you
long
MySpace.
time. Yeah. Oh yeah,
Yo,
right.
check out my new channel on MySpace Video.
It's like
Yeah,
my market.
Nah, but
Now
probably Twitch is the most
it's,
recognized one, and
y-
I mean, you
yeah.
got
I think it's just like
just
I feel like this Kappa stuff is slightly overblown, but it really does suck to see so many like HTCG creators pretty much say we're leaving YouTube because the community pretty much is YouTube only. It's like we have the Discord, but like that's 200, 250 people. I mean, I'm not even talking Chaos Galaxy, but like Wrath of Chorus has 1,000 subscribers. That's not even a quarter of his subscribers. So it's like there's no other like really large HTCG community anywhere. So the YouTube one falls apart. What do we do?
I don't know. Like again, I don't think. I mean, it's gonna affect us. It's not gonna affect us as bad as
no, I
it
mean, I mean,
or
Yeah,
the
right now,
that's kind of
right
my
now,
issue.
what I see right now is
yeah.
the only one the Kappa will affect is Chaos Galaxy. He's the only one who have enough people to monetize, right?
Well, I mean, Chaos Galaxy is actually in the UK, right? So I honestly don't even know if he'll be affected that much because like
Yeah,
you're
there's
supposed to.
So the-
Well,
Say
is it
what? Sorry, say
there's
what?
laws. There's laws in other countries around this, right? So I think, although COPA is specifically an American law, YouTube's upping all their protection around this and actually making sure they're being legal about all this.
Yeah, I mean, if you're using YouTube, I believe
that's what I'm
you
saying.
are
If
abide
you're
by
using
this law.
the American platform, you're probably gonna get
oh no, no.
advised.
I just meant that like yeah, he's technically supposed to follow it, but it's like what is the chance that he'd actually get fined from the FTC? Like
Well,
you
not
know,
from
across the
the FTC equivalent in Britain. I don't know what that would be.
Yeah,
I mean, he can get multiple strikes and kicked out, like actually.
they probably send him a letter
Since
on the
YouTube so
mail.
has to step in.
Yeah, no, I mean, I guess that's true. There's probably a good chance he'd probably just get his channel taken down rather than anything else.
Yeah, like YouTube
Yeah,
will come in like just say you.
I'm sorry, didn't hear you. You cutting out.
I mean, like YouTube, I just come in and take him out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Um. Well. Before we go into the Naruto TCG, um, is there anything you want to add? To I don't know, to any of you, Heather.
Not really, I guess.
All right. Before we go to the next team, do you have any plans for the future? You know, your game is about to be released. Do you have any plans after that?
Uh, well, I've already started working on a second set, and like, Kappa sucks, but I'm not gonna stop making YouTube videos until I get a strike.
Oh no,
So,
I won't stop. I'll just make sure that I won't say a bad word in the video. You know, my videos don't have any content that is meant not for kids, so I
oh well,
just make sure not to
I
say
feel
any
like
bad word.
wouldn't the goal be to like make sure it's not for kids rather than like I was about to start cursing.
Yeah. Um, what about you, Sir Goldalot? Yeah, I got it. You see?
So on what, just on like the entire COPA as a whole?
No, no, on you know the whole things. Do you have anything to say? You know, what about?
Anything extra? Because I feel like I've already kind of spoken my piece on the issue. I don't have too much more to add.
All right, and what about what are your plans for the future? You know, you say you don't have a game, but you are working with Oversoul
Yeah,
on
I'm
his
working with
TCG.
Oversoul as well as I work with a few other gaming-based YouTube things, and all overall it'll be different, but I'm going to be making, in terms of the actual video content that I'm going to be making, I'm not going to be changing that.
Oh
Maybe
no,
some
no,
like
no. I didn't
things
mean
that I
up.
toggle.
I didn't mean
Yeah.
about the Copa thing. I mean, what are your plans for the future right now? You know, with
Oh, specifically
Oversoul
for
or
Oversoul?
yeah, or whatever other thing you were making. You say you have multiple you're working with multiple people, multiple games.
Yeah. So, well, specifically for Oversoul, I plan to be kind of doing exactly what I've been doing, which is like Sin Mango is not an overly technical individual. He's a very, very awesome, like creativity type individual.
Mhm.
And he can visualize these really awesome things, but he can't always put them into action. Versus I'm a person who can put those things into action and can make those like dreams come true. So I'm trying to do that, and I'm gonna keep on doing that. In terms of like my other gaming platforms, I'm currently working with someone on a fighting game, as well as also MOBA,
All right.
That's nice.
as well as also with I'm also working with someone on an MMO, but that's like crazy far out from actually working at any point ever. But I don't know, I'm just pinching about a lot of things, and I'm gonna keep on doing what I like doing, which is just doing technical stuff for games.
All right.
Okay.
That's good. That's
like-
great.
Oh, just one quick question. So, SirGoldalot, do you like those battle videos and stuff for Oversoul's YouTube channel, or like?
Yeah. So in terms of, we're talking about like all that I've done so far, or what do you
I
mean?
guess that too.
So the most recent thing that I've done that you'll be able to see from his YouTube/Twitch would be his most recent battle video. But I've also been doing a lot of stuff with his Discord to try and make it a little bit more official looking and as cleansy as I can. There's still a lot of bots and stuff that some random people add that I need to get out. But overall, I'm someone who really likes to take things to like their extreme. Another thing that I made that I know a lot of people really like was a teaser video for the tournament. Maybe you guys saw it, but I got some music made for it, and I like made a few like different scenes that were similar to the music. It was really really cool. And it was like really awesome. I can link it. It's in the chat somewhere. I don't know a lot of people really like that.
All right. Yeah. I seen that video.
Yeah, and like when I was watching, I watched a part of the tournament earlier. Like, did you help set up the stream for that?
I was the main person who was some of the different, like the bracket viewer, as well as obviously the tournament viewer, and I was the actual main camera guy who was switching scenes and people between other channels to make sure that we had the right people in the channel at the right time and stuff.
All right. Yeah.
Overall,
Okay.
Well, I say you do a lot for the channel.
but I enjoy doing it. I'm not that of course. Mango doesn't have any space.
Yeah.
If you need help, just blink 3 times.
Blink noise, blink noise, blink noise.
Ah, shit.
It's not
Demonetized.
like for voice channel. Yeah, Oversoul is canceled.
All right. Have you guys ever? Have you guys ever played Naruto the TCG? Not the new Chrono Crash system that is
Like the old
crashed.
Shonen Jump
Yeah,
one?
they. I believe. I don't know if there's an old Shonen Jump, but yeah, this the old from Konami one.
Oh, yeah. I never really played it. I remember buying a Shonen Jump and getting a Naruto card and being mad it wasn't a Yu-Gi-Oh card. And that's kind of my experience with the game.
All right, all right, makes sense. How about you, SirGoldalot?
I have yet to play it yet. I've heard some things from people, and I've been told not to play it.
Oh yeah, that's the 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 video. I don't know if I let me see if I can put the video on the screen. I'm sorry, I'm new at this, so I don't have many experience, so you gotta bear with me.
Sure. Hey, what's up? Guy,
Yeah,
you pop channel. We're just gonna pop in here. But anyway, we're talking about Naruto.
give me a minute.
Right?
Here we are.
Yeah, people is watching the video right now. I mean, it's over already, but yeah, it was a pretty nice job.
Oh, you're bringing it up on the podcast screen.
Yes.
Fancy.
Yeah, it is over, but it was a really nice job.
Yeah, and Mango was like, "Holy crap! I gave it to you like that night, and I came back to him like 2 hours with that. It's very very or not 2 hours, like an hour and a half about, not even. And he was like very proud of how it turned out and stuff.
Yeah.
That's when he took you off the basement.
Yeah,
You got promoted.
yeah. But
All right.
the Naruto TCG. I mean, I've been told bad things about it. Probably not gonna play it just because I don't really like Naruto outside of TCG realm. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I'm not like a. I'll play a Star Wars TCG because it's a Star Wars TCG, but I won't play a Naruto TCG because it's Naruto.
I can see that.
Yeah. Anyway, it's dead now, so it doesn't matter.
Rip.
It's always a Star Wars TCG. So
Yeah.
There's actually like a lot of like fantasy flight games. I used to play a lot of those.
only
Yeah.
one that kind of weirded me out was the Star Trek
There was a Star Trek one.
one. Yeah.
All right, I didn't play that one.
I don't think anybody played that. I think the game
No, I didn't hear you. I think the game.
played the people. You didn't play the card game. The card game played you.
Uh, it was one of those games.
Yeah. It's one of the weird games.
All right. Well, if you guys wanna stick around, we're gonna talk about Naruto, the TCG right now. You're welcome to stick around. Um, that was Either. I'm sorry. um,
I can't pronounce my own name. It's fine.
Either.
yeah, Either.
Yeah.
Either. His game is Astronomica. We will put a link on the description once he sent it to us, at least to his
Oh.
channel or something.
Yeah,
And
yeah. I can link that.
yes, and that was SirGoldalot from right now from
Nothing yet.
Oversoul.
Yeah, I guess from Oversoul.
He's working with Oversoul, yes.
Sir Goldalot
So
from Oversoul, creator Sin Mango's basement.
yes,
Yes. Reporting live from Sid Mango's basement. It's dank down here.
Sand hell
Wet and dank. Send help.
and food.
Yes, and food.
yeah. Um, but yeah. You ready, Ursa, for Naruto?
I never played that game. I don't know what you're talking about.
Ah, come on.
You can deny it, but the memories will still be with you.
I mean, I still got a playmat somewhere when I won the first championship thing.
Yeah, I got mine. What I lost is the how you call the pins. I lost my pins.
It's like, but they're mixed up with the Yu-Gi-Oh pins too.
Alright. Um. Well. We're gonna talk now about Naruto.tcg. It was the old TCG, not the current one, not the Chrono Crash system. Um. Do you want to take it from here, or should I keep going?
Yeah, I'm signing off
Uh,
now. So see you guys.
all right. I'll see you later, guys.
Thank you, Aether, for coming.
Yeah, thank you for coming,
Also
and
gonna head out. Thank you guys for having me on the podcast.
Yeah, no.
yeah, no
Thank you,
problem,
sir.
man.
Gold a lot.
Yeah, happy to be here, guys.
Thank
See
you.
ya.
Just make sure for your game.
Yeah, we'll do.
Thank you. I'm grateful. All right.
Butter around here.
You can wait. You can call me the other way, cause you're cutting out now.
Am I cutting it
Yes. I mean, from time to time.
a lot?
No, not a lot, but from time to time.
The audio, I think that's me. I like stop talking every now and then. I'll start and I'll just stop.
All right. Go on.
Go what?
Oh, I thought you were gonna.
Oh,
Oh my god.
oh, with the Naruto. I don't know
Yeah.
what you're talking about.
Yeah, with the Naruto.
I'm like, I'm a. Oh well, alright. We're not just talking about the aesthetic of the game, right? We're talking about
No,
everything.
yes, we're talking about everything.
Alright, just making sure. Alright, well, it was a TCG made by Bandai. It lasted 6 years, 7 years.
Yeah, actually, 28 sets, I think. 20.
30.
No, no. Call me the other way, man.
I guess. Sorry, I guess.
Give me a second. He will be back in a minute.
Okay. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Okie dokie.
So,
Maybe just a second. Pretty sure it was 32 sets because you had the four Shibi sets.
oh yeah, yeah. I forgot about those. No, anyway, no, nobody cares
The
about that. But
TC1, TC2, TC3, or TC4 or whatever.
yeah, they were like they were like kind of tournament or something like that, you know. But all the art was
Yeah,
chibi.
tournament. Yeah, and there were only like 60 cards on every set or something, like some small number. But anyway, it was a card game made by Bandai. It was pretty interesting card game. Um, I don't remember most of the phases of the game, except for the whole turn one, you can only play ninjas that are turn zero, and
Yeah,
next turn, ninjas that one entrance, and then two, three, four, five.
yeah. That basically the based on the turn you are in, you can play one ninja. If your ninja was on turn, if you have a if you're on turn three, you can play turn one, turn three, or lower ninja. Basically, that's how it works.
Yeah, but and you could only deploy one ninja a turn.
Yes. And after you play the ninja, you have formation phase where you can fix which formations you have. Um, you can have up to three ninjas in the same thing, and then you can have many teams, but only three of those teams can go into battle.
See, that's how I used to forget. I know everything was like limited. Kept on forgetting. It's only three teams that can go out to battle.
Yeah. You can only play one mission per turn, and Justus was the thing that you use
Yeah, as many
basically.
as many as you could pay.
Yeah. um, but yeah,
Yeah, it was a really controlling game. Now that I look at it,
yeah, it is. It was a pretty.
like
I mean,
simplistic slash controlling.
yeah, Naruto was very simple to play and very complex. It was one of those games that is simple to learn, hard to master.
Um, yeah, you can say that.
Um, basically, um, like my friend here says, it's based on the show with the same name, and it was made by Bandai. Crap.
Yeah, Kai's favorite company,
um,
Bandai.
yeah, I hate Bandai,
We
but
gotta be sponsored by the next podcast. That podcast we're sponsored by Bandai.
yeah, the game died because well, like all the animes, the anime came to an end. Actually, the game died before the anime. I
Shit.
believe 4 seasons, 2 seasons before the anime ends.
Uh, things. I think the last card they made, the thank you, was right after the Azuma arc when they killed Azuma. Spoilers.
Doesn't matter.
And
That show is
Shikamaru
old
kills
now.
Hidan. Yeah, no. I'm
No,
just saying,
no.
like, for
After
people
I
who haven't watched Naruto.
no, I believe it was right before
Oh, they did
uh
they did the pain arc.
yeah, they did the pain, but they didn't get to
Uh,
the war, the ninja wars.
no, they didn't get a. I think they didn't get to Toby revealing himself as the leader of Akatsuki. I think they stopped
Hmm,
before that happened.
I can't remember right now, but anyways, it was a pretty good TCG, well developed.
Yeah, yeah. The rules were pretty simple.
Yeah, the rules were pretty simple, easy to understand. Um, but uh, like many card games, it has power creep. We can see that when you have a Hokage being called a Brokage, like a broken Hokage. But um,
uh, Memories.
yes, people used
The
to
third
run.
Hokage ATB.
Yeah, people used to run many many of those in the in their decks until it was finally reduced to one limited. And I can hear myself.
Memories. Yes. Just give me a second, all right?
All right.
Okay.
And
Do you also remember the third Hokage addressing past wrongs?
yeah, like we say, it was something different. Um, the game was introduced in 2006, and it ends on 2013. 2013.
It
Um,
lasted 7 years.
yeah, it lasts. It was pretty good, pretty long game. Um, the template
I
of the
mean, for an
card,
anime game, yeah, it lasted.
yeah, I mean Naruto is pretty long, and
I don't know about Boruto.
yeah, let's continue with Naruto. um,
Yeah, the better
um,
blonde.
the template of the game was pretty simple to understand. Uh, and the mechanics of the game were pretty actually were unique. The mechanics of the game were unique. Were something that no other game has, and it was the healthy and injured status on the card game. Right now, there's other games with using that archetype or mechanic, but at the time, it was the first of its kind. Um,
Yeah.
and like I said, the mechanics of the game were good, like really good. It was a pretty well developed
They
game.
were,
Continue.
they were solid. The mechanics were solid. And again,
Yes.
the biggest the I, I want to say the biggest, but the best attribute that the game had was how simplistic it was. Like
Eh,
the first set was pretty simplistic.
no, yeah,
Um,
I do believe. All right, it was too simple on the first set, and it, actually
yeah,
by the fourth set is when the game start to have um how you call this a form, like you can do
yeah.
different
That's why
things.
that's why adding variations.
Yes, that's the word I'm looking for.
Yeah,
Variations.
yeah, that's when that's when I think that's when mental power got introduced.
No, mental power was introduced on the third set, but it was you either
Was it the
play
first set?
that,
I think it was the first set.
you either play
Yeah, no, the
the
third set had the Shikamaru though,
yes, and the fourth set have the
because I
Gara.
remember the Shikamaru came by itself. Oh yeah,
So that's when the thing is that in the first set you have to play water. On the second set
I
you
mean,
play
yeah,
fire.
well, no, I don't know if you want to play water in the first set because the best jutsus were fire,
Everybody plays water because
except
of
for the
the Asuma and the water vortex.
Sabuza.
I'm sorry, Sabusa. Yeah, my bad.
Yeah, you're good. I know where you were going with. Like, yeah, Sabusa Haku was like really strong for the game.
Yeah,
Got a turn three with three support, four attack, and
but
he just
anyway,
didn't have any ranks.
yeah,
But
but people
he had
play
the
the main
jutsus.
deck was water. Even if you splash fire on it, it was what it has water.
I mean, everybody wanted to play Sabusa. He was a super rare to like beat down.
And
But you also had a
mhm,
fourth tri fourth tri eight trigram seal,
yeah,
that
the
fire jutsu that would bounce to the
which was fire.
yeah, it was fire. It was double fire. That's why I'm thinking like I remember the first couple of tournaments I went for the first two sets, it was all fire. Everybody was playing three copies of that jutsu. Um, they were playing something else. I just cannot remember what the other things were.
The
Obviously, they were running Kakashi because he was the Jonin that they could run.
yes, the first set all I run was um fire water, but I run the Kakashi that didn't have a cost, so I can play Sausa spells earlier. And the fire
Yeah,
was
you were playing
because
the Kakashi.
only the trigrams.
Yeah, you were playing the turn four Kakashi, the one that was like vanilla 4-3,
Yes.
and then the Sabusa that were you playing the Sabusa from the rare one or the super rare one?
No, I was playing the one from the deck that kills whatever it damage it
Yeah, the rare
hits.
one. That whenever it deals 1 point of damage, it kills an engine.
Yes.
It was really strong.
Yeah. But after that, you either play water and fire on the first set. It was based on water. The second set, fire got his things. The third set has
Yeah, some of
earth
these.
with Chikamaru. That's the introduction that
Yeah, come
broke
on.
the game. And then the fourth set has Gara with his amazing spells.
Yeah, the wind deck.
Yes, and
Yeah,
that's
the sand coffin, sand funerals, sand up
sand.
your booty,
Yeah, and that's when the game
sand everywhere.
begins to have fun. I mean, begin to have form. You play
Yeah, the
puppets.
identity.
You play Gara. You play puppets. You play Chikamaru. You play Sabusa. You play freaking Kakashi or Sasuke. So by then, four sets, the game has form, and it was completely playable.
I mean, but you can't blame like it was not really the game itself that had you had to wait for all those cards because they're also following the story. So like they gave you the Sabusa arc, so yeah, they gave you the Sabusa cards. Then they gave you the Shunin exam, and then you got all the kids.
Oh no, yeah. Don't get me wrong. The game was good by the second set. The first set, it was very limited. On the second set, the game was good.
Yeah,
But on the fourth set is where you
it's
have
they just
all these options.
yeah, no, that's what I'm saying. But I'm saying like it was not really like it got better because the story moved at that point.
Yes, that's true.
It's,
And
it's like because they were following the story. Like I could have seen them releasing the first set, just skipping the whole Salsa thing and just jumping into the Chunin exams, and then you have all these cards to play with.
true. Um, Anyway, moving along. Um,
Okay.
the game also changed a bit, like quite a bit, from the original Japanese game to the American Japanese game. I believe I do not know if this is true for all the cars on the first sets, but I know that later on they add American cards to the sets to fill the gaps. So so the game was changed from the original Japanese game. Um, I don't know if this was for good or for worse. The game in Japan was pretty popular. The game in US was popular too, but um, I haven't played the game in Japanese. I don't understand Japanese. And
I think the biggest thing for the American cards, where they're trying to like fill up voids, because in Japanese you were getting small, like you could get a small set for a game, and Japanese people don't really care because they're really, if they're into a hobby, they're into the hobby.
yeah,
But it's harder to sell that to an American audience. And we want to see 600 cards on a set just to be fulfilled. So
you
that's probably the biggest,
yeah you got it.
like
That's
the
a
biggest
reason,
reason.
yes. Um,
Yeah, because like, which also adds into the reason why the game like didn't last till the actual end, because they could have kept on going and just finished the show with the cards like Japan did. Japan finished the whole anime.
yeah, but Japan has the anime show finished in Japan by before it finished here. So I mean I
Yeah,
understand that
but
it's
not
because of
not by that much.
translation, but yeah, it does.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. Like the card game got all the way to the end in Japan, and in the US it didn't get to the end, and it was mostly because Bandai thought that the Naruto license was losing popularity,
Um,
which it was. Like,
yeah, it was because it split the. Okay, this is how I see it. Um, when the game first started, it was pretty good. Um, by the end of the game, I believe they run out of ideas. Just in case, the game started with Naruto being called Naruto, and they were the same game, or basically the same game. I know some rules change from the Japanese card game. So
yeah,
Japan released the game, US released the game. I believe it was a year later. I can't remember. Um, and basically, they both end the game, but then Japan released Naruto Shippuden, a different card game, and Bandai didn't release that game. They keep on doing the same card game. And what happened was they keep using the art from the second one into the first one. And yes, Japan finished the game, their game, but US just stopped at one point. Um, I believe that
yeah.
I believe that part of that was because they split the audience. By that time, by the end, the last four sets, Dragon Ball came in, and
The,
they
I, I think Bandai shoe more than they could handle, because I remember they had the Power Ranger trading card game too, like the Power Ranger trading card game, the Resident Evil Legacy card game, the
the
Dragon Ball Z card game.
by that time
Uh,
it was
they had another one.
the um uh, how you call this, the robot one, Gundam. They have the Gundam card
Oh
game
man, the robots.
at
Oh
that
yeah, the
time too.
Gundam one. So like like Bandai was like, oh wait, anime card games are making us money. let's try to make as many as we can, and they like kind of stretch themselves too thin,
Yeah. Um.
and they it bit them on the butt. Just,
Yeah. The thing is, this is how I see it. So Dragon Ball
yeah.
start using the same mechanic as Naruto. So they split the game,
So,
and they tried to use the same mechanics between both games. The thing is that when
oh,
they create Dragon Ball, the game didn't match at all. Like you cannot mix and match both. You cannot play Naruto against Dragon Ball because Dragon Ball was more advanced, more
yeah,
powerful.
that was that was the bigger problem Bandai had. Like Bandai thought that they could just make the Dragon Ball Z card game kind of similar to the Naruto game, so
Yes,
you can versus matches like you can cross match Naruto against Dragon Ball, but that's another not understanding the IPs. Like for anybody who knows anime, they know that Goku can just wipe the floor with half of the Naruto universe.
yeah, true in that.
So like when you make Goku's card, you're like, okay, so he's like a Naruto counterpart. I think he was like a 6-0, 3-0. So he was like the Naruto stats backwards.
Yeah,
The adult Naruto.
yeah,
And
and
you're like, you know,
now the thing
like
is,
Goku.
I do understand that part. The thing, the part where they miss the cards were a little bit more powerful. That's not the problem because Naruto have all the support to.
Yeah, Naruto has the legacy of the cards. Like they have more cards at that
Yes,
point.
the
So
the problem
fighting a
was
Dragon Ball deck against a Naruto deck,
yes, the
you go ahead.
problem was that they also give Dragon Ball the support very powerful. Like on turn 3, you can have support of 4, which is fine on turn 6 in Naruto, and that was a bit of a problem. I mean, some cards in Naruto have
Well,
support 4, but
that again, the problem is like I were saying, like you're making the Dragon Ball Z cards, and you know that the Dragon Ball universe, the characters are stronger than
yes,
the Naruto universe. So
um,
that
yeah, no, I understand
kind
that
of
part.
yeah, that kind of messes them up as they're designing cards because they're like, all right, we gotta design, I don't know, Chishi for example, and she's a fighter, but she doesn't fight on the front line to be honest. She support Goku,
Yeah,
so she has some support. And then the more you think about it and you try to make the card, you're like, hmm.
no,
Instead of looking at the Naruto cards
uh,
and making it more balanced, they're like, no, we're gonna make the cards the way we want to,
yeah, that's
and
and
then we're
that's
gonna
yeah, that was the problem.
force them
That's the
to
way I
match.
see it.
Yeah, that was the problem. Yeah, the problem was like because the game would have gone out better if instead of just making cards strong for the sake of going strong, they'd be like, all right, let's look at what the Naruto set has going on. All right, let's literally make a counterpart to all those cards with another character and just tweak him a little bit. Like, this guy can do this. He doesn't have any mental. He doesn't have this. He doesn't have that. But he has this. And these little touches just to make him different. And the game would have been a lot better.
Yeah. Now again, they miss the the reason they miss was because of the spells. Um. All right, Naruto. They have a ranking system on the creatures,
Requirement.
on the ninjas. They have a ranking system on the ninjas. So um so the spells have a requirement. In this case, you need to meet that requirement in order to cast the spell. That Dragon Ball doesn't have that. So what they did, they
I mean,
add turns.
yeah, like that's another like I've always bugged about that. I was like, see, they missed the opportunity to do it kind of like Naruto. Like, people that have the turtle style can use the Kamehameha. So requirement turtle house, simple as that. Or Maybe the Senkai boost is the same thing. Requirement same. They could have done it. They
No,
just decided not to.
they add those things, but specifically, let's say the Dragon Punch. I can remember Goku's Dragon Punch.
Yeah, yeah,
Um,
yeah.
it
The Dragon
requires
Fist.
yeah the Dragon Fist. It requires a turn six, so you have to wait until turn six in order to use that. Which in Naruto, if you have a Johnny on turn four, you can play big cards, and the requirement was that you only need a Jonin. So in one game, you have to wait on turns to cast the big spells, while in Naruto you can cast them earlier because your requirement
The,
was simply a
like
card type.
the term requirement was to keep the Dragon Ball game, so it wouldn't break the Dragon Ball game itself.
And then
And
again, it
that
was
that
what
term
it
mechanic
kills the
did not
game.
work well in Naruto. Yeah, no, like it was trying to control Dragon Ball itself, but when you cross over the games, it doesn't work well to play against the Naruto decks.
Oh no, it didn't. It actually didn't went well with the audience. The turn system that the spells have, it didn't went well with the audience.
Yeah, the way you again, I didn't play that Dragon Ball game. I know a couple of cards, but
I
I
did
really
play the
did not
Dragon
care
Ball.
about it.
I did play the Dragon Ball
Oh, well, I'm
game.
sorry.
I tried to play it in a cross match, and the
You got
actually
sauced by sauce.
no, the guy didn't like it. Uh, the anyway the people who play Dragon Ball. No, I was playing Naruto. The people who were playing Dragon Ball, they
Oh,
how the spell system works. That's why I'm telling you that. Um, Many ideas on the Dragon Ball system were good. I mean, it was based on Naruto, so they simply add some mechanics and they were good. But they tried to make the game more tactical, a little bit more complicated, and that's what kills it.
more complicated. Oh, I can hear myself.
and sorry about now.
There you go.
All right.
I got scared. I was like, who the ugly person at?
Yeah. But yeah. Naruto was a pretty good game. I will explain the rules right now. Basically, by memory, just in case I don't have anything in hand
I,
here, because
you good. I didn't explain the rules because my computer froze and I had like the page on my face and then it just went blank. So I was like, yeah, I ain't explaining this.
alright. Well, I'm explaining them by by memory. I don't remember
Oh,
the official
all
rules,
right,
so
give me a second. Give me a moment. I might have the little rule book that came out for the Naruto card game.
all right.
I need
But
to go
for
search for it.
for those who don't know, Naruto introduced pretty good things. They introduced the healthy and injured system, where your cards have different stats when they are healthy, and once they're injured, they have another stats, and that's a good mechanic. Once they get injured again, they die. Uh, they use the same system as battle rewards that Pokemon does, but in this case, you have to get 10. Um,
There's my
they
Rock Lee at.
they what?
Well, I just found my high speed movement Rock Lee. That's not what I was looking for.
Oh, okay. um, they introduce many mechanics that are similar to other games, but they tweak it a little bit to meet their expectations or the expectation of the game to make it work. Um, One of those mechanics was growth, where you have platoons, which are basically fusions for Yu-Gi-Oh, but you also have um, uh, evolutions, which you have on an extra deck, which works pretty simple. Like um, you got a creature in play, and then you meet the requirements to put the second one from your extra deck. But they also have a ranking up system called growth, where you have different cards in your game with different levels, and when you get into them, you simply put them in play by growing the one with the lower level. And when you do that, it allows you to play a second card because the first card was already there. Um, but yeah, basically you got a drawing phase. Um, you got your main phase.
Boy Pace, I think it was called. Or
You got your main phase. Yo, dude.
yes,
Okay, I can hear everything you're doing. You know that.
I bet so. I was just opening doors and walking around.
Yeah, I know. um, you got your main phase where you
Like I
can
wasn't
play
hiding anything.
where you can play your ninjas or mission, which are your spells or whatever it is called here. Um, here are missions, so you can play one mission per turn, and you can play one ninja per turn. So after that, you got a formation phase where you can create different squads of three
Okay, I
ninjas.
found the book.
All right, on three ninjas, and only three squads can go into battle. So if your opponent attack, he can attack only with three squads, and you can send three squads to defend. Um, uh, I don't know what else. Then you have your attacking phase where you choose which team is attack. You can send a one-man team or any, a three-man team. Um, you just simply send them to the attack, and then it's your opponent's time to defend. He can choose any number of team up to three, up to the same amount you send to defend, and then each team goes into battle. And before that, you have a jutsu step where you can play battle cards or jutsus, and those are the instants in the game. That's when the game interact with your opponent. Very limited, but it works for the type of game it was. Uh, Finally, the ninjas turn, and the way the battle the and the damage is dealt. The way the damage is dealt and is if a team wins by dealing five more that by having five more power than your opponent, it becomes a perfect victory, and the whole team will get a damage, and um, the leader of the team will be destroyed. You get two damage. Um, if not, the leader gets one damage. However, if one of the team manage to go through, it will use the same um, you say the same ranking system to if you deal damage to your opponent, if you have more five
Yeah,
power.
it's if you have 1 to 4, you get one battle reward.
Yes,
You have 5 or more, you get 2 battle.
yes, that's
Yeah,
that's
it's like an
basically how it works.
overwhelming victory.
And well, that's the way. Then at the end of the turn, you just simply pass the turn. You discard anything and pass the turn.
You move your I forget, you move your turn marker up at the end of turn.
Oh yes, yes. At the end of the turn, yeah, you
That's the
simply
only thing I
move the turn marker up, and that means it is a turn system. So that's when you are on the next on that's when you move your turn 1 point up, and you can play your more powerful cards.
yeah,
But I guess that's a summarize, of the game.
yeah, I mean, like, when a ninja wins by 5 or more points, I think it was called overwhelming victory, if I'm not mistaken.
I can't remember.
I just
I can't
remember because
remember.
they had that Naruto and that Kakashi that whenever they went to battle, if they won an overwhelming victory, they will kill the whole team because they will deal 1 extra damage.
I really can't remember. But anyway, now the game has some power creeps, and they become a
And somehow,
problem, a nuisance, and like all the games. Well, not all the games. I believe um, MTG has deal with them pretty good on these last years. Um, but Bandai didn't. And the problem with that is that we got a Shikamaru that was never um, limited until wow, like a year after that.
are you talking about the? Man, I forgot the name of that Shikamaru.
yeah,
The mental power battle one.
yes. Then you have a
I don't think that
Brokage.
card was supposed to.
Well,
They fixed that like a month after it came out.
the Brokage one.
Yeah, they immediately changed the texting on the card
Yeah, they
when
changed
they
it.
realized how like.
They changed the texting in the card, but they didn't limit the card. So still, people were
Well,
playing 3 copies
why
of
would you
it
limit the cards then?
because the card was broken.
Okay, yeah, but it wasn't broken when they changed the texting though.
Well, it still died at the end of the turn. Yeah, okay, fine.
Oh, it didn't die at the end of the turn. It died as it used the ability.
No, yeah, yeah,
That's what made it broken.
yeah, that's true, that's true. It
Yeah,
dies, but still, people were
because what
playing
made
3 copies of it until they
of-
limit it.
I mean, what would it's a I mean, first of all, you had to play a fire deck because it was a 6+1 cost fire thing,
Yeah,
and it was a removal spell. Why wouldn't you play a removal spell, a free one of that for that?
because you have to. The thing is because you play a ninja, a powerful ninja. You're playing a powerful ninja, and
Yeah, and I play a Hokage and smoke it out.
you're attacking with it. You're trying to remove anything on the field. Brokage is there. That's the thing. You need to
Okay.
have 2 spells, two removals, in order to use one thing, because Brokage will gonna simply remove it from play, and that's it.
I mean, again, he was only Brokage before they fixed him. Once they fixed him, he wasn't. He was good, but he wasn't that
Well,
great.
it was when people played 3 of them in the deck, and until they limited.
Yeah, that was before they fixed him. Like before they fixed him, he was like literally the best removal spell in the game. Like you could just attack with him and try to block. Use the ability to remove that ninja forever. I'm still attacking with him, and then he dies.
Yeah, okay. And when people don't use it that way, when people was using it by support, because they change
Yeah,
attacks,
because he has force support. Yeah,
they still use it. They
yeah,
still
but
attacking with something. Put the Brokage on the back, and oh, I am gonna start the attack. No, you're not. I removed the Brokage. Now my creature's still attacking, and the removal spell didn't work. So that's the problem with Brokage.
and you lost your support though. You
Yeah,
lost
but
your
you
force
still
support from the broke. Yeah.
yeah, but you're still attacking. You still got the damage.
I mean, yeah, you put it on a two ninja team. I understand, but again, like, but at that point, it's a really strong card,
Yeah,
but it's
exactly.
not broke.
It was broken, bro. It was broken.
But at
You
that
did
point, it wasn't broken. It
it.
wasn't
It
broke.
was a
You know
free
what's
counter
broken?
spell. It was a
Itachi,
free counter spell.
Itachi Genius on Genjutsu. That Itachi was broken,
I can't
and it
remember
never
the name.
got fixed. The one Itachi that can only take damage from Genjutsu teams.
Oh yeah.
He was broken. You
Hmm.
can just send him by himself on a team. Like, I'm attacking you, just him. I
Yeah.
have
It
literally every fire jutsu on the planet, and you're not gonna kill him.
it was good, but I don't know.
Uh, but
People didn't abuse
it
of
was
him.
insanely good. People didn't abuse him because he was on red, he was on fire. But they
Yeah.
had the Brokage. Why do we need Itachi? But Itachi was busted.
Mm. Well, still, then you have
Actually,
actually most of the cards that were broken were on fire.
yeah, I was going to say, like, I think the Wheel of Fire was strong with this game because
Yes, and
everybody that was fire already busted. Kakashi childhood,
yeah,
that thing was broke.
the Kakashi that was I can't remember his name, but either when he lose, either when I mean he could have either when you block, he still get a damage. That Kakashi is on every fire deck. Every fire deck
Yeah,
have
no,
one.
no. I mean, but that Kakashi is comparable to the Sabusa. The Sabusa, like, when you deal a point of damage, he kills the ninja.
Yeah, but
It's like a
I
3 off on the
I
deck. So
believe the Kakashi was better. It was a problem.
I think the
It
Kakashi
was a
was better,
problem that
yeah.
you need
I
to
mean,
address quickly.
I think
Plus,
the Kakashi was better because
it was a turn
Fire was
five.
better. That too. But Fire was better overall
Yeah,
because Fire had like I remember Water was supposed to be like Water and Wind were supposed to be the colors of drawing cards or the elements of drawing cards in Naruto. And Fire was distant third, but Fire had stuff to draw cards. And then the best jutsus were always Fire.
fire
There were
has
some Water jutsus that were pretty crazy.
fire has a
Fire had the Uchiha clan. Like when the Uchiha clan came out, all hell broke loose.
fire has a spell. I believe is will of fire or something like that. I can't remember right now. No, it's not
Uh,
will of fire. Anyway,
the mission,
it has a
I know it's the
spell.
mission inherit the Will of Fire.
Yeah, that it allows you to draw 6 cards at the end of the turn.
Uh,
I
they
mean,
fixed
up
it.
to 6 cards. They
They
fix
fixed it.
it. Yeah, they fix it 2 sets after.
They fixed it to just draw 4 cards. But yeah, no. That's what I'm saying. Like red was not like fire was not supposed to be the color to draw cards. Then they released the Wheel of Fire, that stupid mission. If you have draw up to 6, I'm like, why?
Yeah, draw up to 6.
You're
And
like, seriously?
again, a
Actually, I
card
think it
that
was both
everybody
players drew up to
plays.
6.
No, it was you. But you discard your whole hand and still.
Oh,
you can put
there's
your
a
whole
lightning one
hand
like
on
that. I think that might be the lightning jutsu. There was a lightning jutsu for Naruto that you could draw 3 cards for one lightning, like draw 3 cards and put 2 cards from the graveyard into your chakra zone, and then you had to discard your hand afterwards.
Yeah, I believe that's
It's like a pretty weird.
yeah. Um, yeah. Yeah, I believe that's one with the Naruto, doing
I believe so.
the releasing or something like that, releasing of chakra.
Yeah, it was the sealed chakra deck, the release chakra deck, or whatever the name of the deck
Yeah.
was.
Anyways, yeah, fire was pretty busted. It was pretty broken, very
Yeah.
until the
You
end.
know, the saddest thing was that Earth was starting to get busted, but then the game died.
Yeah, and we never get the opportunity.
Yeah, we never got the chance. Like the closest we got to like Earth being busted was when
Yeah.
Yamato came out. I think he like opponents could not play missions, and he had that jutsu that you could just play and put it back on your hand.
Yeah.
That was like an 8 trigram seal. That was the closest we got to the Senju deck.
I mean, the Hyugas were pretty good, but
Uh,
they weren't excellent. It's like fire got
The
all the
the
love.
Hyugas were only good because Neji was good.
Mm, well, actually, you got Birdcage.
Oh yeah, Birdcage was a really good card too, but Neji was good. I mean,
Yeah.
who's on the picture of the Birdcage mission?
Yeah, it was Neji.
It's Neji, bro. It's all about Neji. 8 trigrams, air palm, I believe it was
Yeah.
like 2 chakra to bounce something off your to your hand or something. Yeah, like yeah, Neji was like the package. He was a monster.
Yeah, then you have Hinata to support healing damage. Um,
Yeah, he that the crazy thing that I always like thought about that it's the baby Hinata, the younger Hinatas were
yeah,
better than the older ones
yeah.
for some
Most of the
reason.
most of the time, yes. Yeah,
Like I mean, the older Hinata there was a couple of really good cards. Like her ultra rare was really good.
yeah. That's the one that's why I say most of them.
Yeah, and then the fusion, the Sakura Hinata fusion, that was really good too.
Basically, by the end of the
And I think,
game, the fusions were the one that makes the game more interesting.
oh yeah, you know, definitely like adding that element to the card game, like something different,
Yeah,
especially like in stuff from the extra card deck. Like it just makes so much more sense to like in how to say it? Like not only aesthetically but story wise. Like it just makes so much sense that instead of having you just having Naruto and then just growing into Shippuden Naruto, now you have your extra deck for when your Naruto turns into 4 tails, 6 tails, 7 tails, 8 tails, 9 tails.
yeah.
This
Then
keeps
you have these cards that were platoon in your deck, but then
yeah the
you have these
fusions.
cards that were fusion in your extra deck,
Yeah,
and
like the fusion. That's what I like too. Like the fusions. The fusions just added more flavor to the game itself. Like they made sense on your head because when you played a fusion, you're like, it makes sense.
hmm,
Platoons, like I don't, I don't necessarily hated platoons.
I
I
didn't.
like them a lot
Yeah, but but they were in
because
your
you only
deck.
needed, yeah you only needed one or the other ninja.
Yeah,
Like because I remember like playing Shoji turn zero, then playing that Shikamaru Shoji formation platoon. I was busted. It was like a 4/4 on turn one.
yeah. It is like I say. It was. It makes more sense. It makes more flavor when they did this when
Yeah,
they
like it's one thing that not a lot of games have. Is like they kept it like they kept the story intact. Like those things do happen on the anime, and that's the way you play them makes sense.
yeah,
It feels like you're actually on the Naruto universe. Like yeah, you're gonna see Inoshika show that those 3 guys together, and you have a card that has those 3 guys together, and
yeah. And they
they're not exactly
actually
busted.
the even though they are not exactly doing what they do, you see the effects and they kind of like match.
Yeah, the effect makes sense to what they would have done. I
Yeah,
mean, they don't do all the things, like, but the effect does enough for you to be like, oh, hey, this is what they would do.
yeah,
So yeah, no, like again, like the Naruto Kanji died because Bandai had his hands full with so many other crap that they didn't really pay much attention to it. And it was once they decided to go back to it, it was too late. and Naruto series was like declining, popularity was going down.
Mhm.
Like he had been already like 9, actually like 12 years. Like Naruto was about to end,
Yeah,
so it was like
Naruto
a long time.
right now going into Naruto because Boruto is not giving. I don't know. Boruto's not giving
I mean,
any hope.
I give Boruto I give Boruto a lot of slack. Like I complain a lot about it, but I enjoyed the episode where they show Mirai, which is Asuma's daughter.
Hmm.
I really like that episode. I like that she actually uses like the little knives, and she's like a mix between Kurenai and Asuma. That was pretty nice, like a nice touch.
I
She also
okay.
hot as hell, but
I like the I like the after story, but I don't like the the the, the story itself. You know, I
yeah, no, like
like
yeah.
to know
I
what
mean,
happens
Boruto's a
before
nostalgia.
Naruto, but I don't like the story itself.
It's like I mean, Boruto just it's like trying to hit you with nostalgia. Like you see it and you're like, oh man, oh look at Konohamaru, he's a Jonin now. Oh awesome, blah blah blah. Oh look at Neji, Neji's dead. Oh my god. But
But
like
it's like,
I mean, it hit.
but it's like if they don't show you those things, you don't care.
Well, I mean, the biggest problem the show has is like Boruto's like insanely overpowered.
Well, I don't know. The biggest problem the show has is that Boruto doesn't attract me.
That's the thing. Boruto's not a relatable character. Like Boruto's not Naruto. Like he's not coming from the bottom and going to the top. He's on the top. Like he has Hyuga blood. He's the Hokage's son. He's strong. He can do all these things. So yeah, like he's not a relatable. He's not really a relatable character.
Yeah, all right, yeah. Well, yeah. You could. I
Yeah,
mean,
like what?
look. Is that they have so many ways to tell a story, and they choose this one. You know, for me,
I
Boruto is.
mean, the angle they're looking at is like Boruto's telling more a story of somebody who has everything and is taking it for granted.
But the problem is that he will take it for granted because at the end he will still have everything, and that's the problem.
Well, that's the thing. But that's the story they're giving you. It's like here's the character. Like unlike his dad, that he had to work for everything he wanted. He has this one's silver spoon, and he's rebelling against his dad, even though his dad's trying his best for him not to be on the situation he was at.
Yeah,
But like stories should repeat itself. You know what's gonna happen? Somebody's gonna go kill Naruto and beat up Boruto, and then he's gonna be an orphan, and he's gonna realize what he hadn't lost, and he's gonna fight for whatever.
yeah. I believe that's the problem. That is that I know what is gonna happen, and I don't want to watch it.
I mean, yeah. At the same time, I don't think Boruto's aimed like the Boruto anime is not aimed for the people that watch Naruto. Like
You
Naruto
think?
was like our like we grew up with Naruto and we could relate to the characters and all this stuff. This is for the next generation, literally.
But the
Like
thing,
I know
but
the name's Boruto Next Generation.
but if you create something like that, I mean, you could have created a totally new thing, because Boruto is not popular.
Yep. I mean, I don't know. Like I think it's on the top. It might be on the top 10.
No. Well, well, I'm not gonna say no because I haven't checked those lists in like two
Yeah,
years.
that's what I'm doing right now. I'm about to check the.
Because I know the how you call this Demon Slayer. Demon Slayer was on the
That's
top
number one.
10. And then you
I
have
mean, Demon
freaking
Slayer is number one right now.
then you have freaking One Piece, Dragon Ball,
One Piece is number two.
Alchemist.
Uh, Fullmetal Alchemist, Brotherhood.
Fullmetal Alchemist,
Okay,
what?
let's see. Best anime 20. Brotherhood.
What?
Brotherhood.
Oh, okay, Fullmetal. Okay.
People, I'm just saying. I'm saying it in a weird way. If other people follow certain YouTuber, they're gonna understand what I'm saying. Uh, this is weird. But yeah, I think Demon Slayer it's like number one in Japan right now. It like overthrew One Piece, which is like shocking.
Yeah, it is. I
Oh,
mean,
My Hero Academia. Up there too.
oh yeah, it started a new season.
Like
I haven't watched it yet.
I haven't watched it either. One of my friends just came up and was like, "Did you watch episode 2 of the new season?" I'm like, haven't watched episode 1 for that matter.
Nah, I have to watch it, but yeah.
Yeah, I'm about to watch it later. But anyhow, but
I
yeah, it's I guess we're not the target audience, just to be honest.
all right.
Yeah. We really went like really out of the line. Like talking
Well,
about Naruto
now
TCG, ended up talking about board.
we'll still related. And we say we will talk about anime. You know, if it relates to it, we will talk about
No, no,
it.
yeah, no, I understand what the podcast is going with. I'm just saying like we started with Naruto trading card game and we complain about the powerful cards, we complain about the elements, then we complain about Boruto, and we ended up talking about Demons.
Yeah. But yeah, anyways, like guys, like we say, the card game was unique by the time it came out, and it brought some new things to the whole TCG in general, and now there's other
Yeah,
TCGs following it.
yeah, they it added enough elements to make it unique, which is like hard for TCGs.
Yeah,
Like it popularized the I want to say like the RPG kind of CCG because you actually playing characters. Like it's not only oh you're playing characters that have no meaning. It's one of the few CCGs that had characters that had meaning behind them,
yeah,
like most anime card games.
yeah. You're
I
playing
think Naruto
like
really
a story.
yeah, like when you're playing these cards like with the Yu Yu Hakusho game that we talked about earlier. It's like those the anime card games have that like they get you into their universe, and as you're playing the cards, you're like really into what you're playing. Like when you play a Rasengan, you know that Naruto did his Rasengan, and you know like that's his jutsu, and Jiraiya can use it, and the fourth Hokage can use it, and the requirements are the fourth Hokage, Jiraiya, or Naruto, which is very funny.
Why
And
don't show
again, yeah, that
screens?
it got you. What was that? I'm sorry.
No, no. Somebody's asking why didn't you show screens? All right, I'm gonna show them right now. I forgot about them. I don't know how long
Oh,
that was about, but yeah,
I'm sorry. Like I'm having technical difficulties with my PC, so I don't have the chat on.
yeah. I have. I don't know. I'm controlling the how you call this thing. The
Because I'm the one usually keeping an eye on the chat. Oh, that was like almost 30 years ago.
yeah. I'm
I'm
sorry
sorry,
about
Dark
that.
Voyager.
Um,
Sorry, Dark Voyager. Shout out to you. But yeah, again, like it really immersed you into the Naruto universe. Like it had like a lot of nuance for detail,
yeah.
and it was his own unique game, its own unique mechanics. Like maybe the only thing that he borrowed from other mechanics was like when the ninja was a growth, it had a +1/+1 counter.
Yeah, that's what.
Maybe that's literally one of the fewest things they took from other games like that. Making tokens, like the Shino that will make instant tokens.
Yes,
But other than that, everything was unique.
and if you guys can
Oh,
see
there you
here,
go.
you got here on the bottom. That's the healthy
Yeah, see, like,
stats.
actually, you put that Naruto card. Like, just look at how simplistic this card looks. Like, all he has is the type of card on the top left corner. It's a ninja. He has the element on the top right, which then now you have Sasuke, which is fire. You have the name. You have a little line explaining he's a genin and whatnot. Now you have Sakura. And then that little shuriken on the bottom left has the attack and support when healthy, and then when you turn it sideways to signify that it's injured, it has the attack and support. But again,
Yeah,
like as you can see, like the card doesn't take away from the art itself. Like the first thing that draws you to the card is the character. It also has like the template for the background is a good template. It's not too overpowering, but it gives you enough information to know what the card is without looking at the element.
yeah, it is.
Again, like oh man, this bunch of cards just bring me back.
Yeah,
These
it
are all
is.
from the first set.
Yeah, I have. I download all the cards
Uh,
from the
the card I was
first set.
talking
So
about. Oh, that badass one. Oh, the bad third Hokage. Oh, the Demon Brothers. Oh wait, you cannot say demon on cards no more.
really, why?
The bad half, the bad half Zabuza. I don't remember why. Oh, we got the promos.
Nah, and I'll stop here because this Sabusa Momoishi, that's the one that people were
Oh yeah, that's the Zabuza.
yeah, it is the one on the
Oh, he was
first.
pretty. Yeah, he was a rare though. I think
Yeah,
Haku was the super rare.
yeah, there's
Haku was
yeah,
the super rare and the Jutsu super rare.
yeah.
High speed jutsu or whatever was Haku's name. And then demonic mirrors, whatever jutsu.
We'll go through the jutsus in a minute. I'm just showing people
And I
this.
was just like, oh, this is the rare Naruto. This is the rare Sasuke. Sakura wasn't rare at all. Oh man, that Shino was so bad. Oh, that Rock Lee was so bad too.
The Haku says that
Oh, that
that his jutsu cannot be negated, and that's what make her super rare.
him. Yeah, he Jutsu he played could not be negated,
And basically,
but he
the only interaction
never
between
ran.
players is the jutsu. So you cannot interact with
Is that
her.
it? Is that the Haku? Haku's a him, bro.
I mean, yeah, I'm sorry, I forgot. I always forgot. Yeah, even Naruto think it was a girl.
Somebody got somebody got scarred about Haku being a boy.
And
I mean, again, like,
here we
but
have the
just
eight
think about it.
trigrams divination seal spell formula. That spell, it's
The
on every deck
the Buster
since the
spell.
beginning until the end.
Yeah, since the dawn of time, this jutsu, and it was uncommon, I believe.
Let me go back to it.
This was like no, that's
It was a
common.
rare. It was a rare. Oh no,
Yeah,
wait.
yeah,
Yeah, it was common. It was common.
no. This was common. Yeah, that was mm, like the what the actual heck.
Yeah, that's
Like
the
the rare
one
jutsu
spell
was trash
everybody
to this thing.
runs 3 cards of
Yeah,
these things.
17 copies. And I counter spell. He's showing the fire deck right here. Firebolt, nobody used it. It was too expensive. Oh, this was a good jutsu. He didn't miss jutsu. Take a negated attack and it went back to your hand.
Yeah.
Silent kill Jutsu really good, killing the whole team.
Oh yeah, I forgot you are
Yeah.
behind.
Oh yeah, I'm behind. Not by a lot, but like maybe 4 pictures behind.
I make a stop here in the crystallized mirrors. That's the one. That's a super rare one. It is
Oh, that
used
card
by
was actually
Hatsu.
so good. It can only be used by Haku, yeah.
Yeah.
Then the requirement was ice. 1,000 needles of death. They were crystallized mirrors. The requirement Haku. Man, that Haku was so good.
Yeah. I mean, like I say, the whole game was good. It was good mechan. It has good mechanics. It has a good gameplay.
Yeah, I mean,
It was one of those games that,
yeah.
on my belief,
Like
I
I disagreed. Like the Naruto again, this game and the Yu Yu Hakusho game prior were probably two of the better anime games. Like they were unique and they were fun.
yeah. Um,
And
and
Technical
this
Technical
game,
2 was unique and fun.
I thought that this game will have continue. Like this game could have used the Shonen Jump universe, and okay, they finished with the
Oh yeah,
Naruto,
no, like
and then get another story, put it in
they,
here.
they would have they would have not messed up the Dragon Ball game.
Yes,
We would have been right now in the Demon Slayer card game with this same mechanics.
and that would have been amazing.
That you would have had like a bazillion cards. Like yeah, you know, I can agree to that. Like this card game was like very well done. And even though you have power creep, there were some pretty busty cards
Yeah, I know. I mean,
like with
that's
their
on every
Hokage.
game. Every
And
game will have a trial and error. Like,
yeah, but that's the thing. Like it's like, for example, Haku felt insanely overpowered because you could not negate the jutsus you would play. So there was like zero interaction when you play with Haku.
yeah,
But there was not a lot of jutsus you could use.
yeah.
And same
And
thing with Shikamaru.
no, Shikamaru
Like
was super.
Shikamaru was like, yeah, he would make every battle mental power battle. But I think you had to have more than 4 cards in your hand or something like that.
I can't remember that.
Like he had a trigger. I think he was either having 4 cards in your hand or you had to discard 2 cards to make it a mental power battle.
I guess.
Like he had something to trigger it, so he was strong, but he wasn't that strong. Like the mental power battle that was really strong was Sakura. Like the promo Sakura,
Yeah.
her
Oh
mental power
yeah,
battle thing
yeah.
was
That's
oh
the one that she injures herself to get into mental power.
yeah, she was strong, especially because like her deck was mostly about healing. So she
Yeah.
was injure herself, get to mental power battle. I beat you. I'm gonna heal myself. But yeah, like that was busted. Rock Lee high speed movement that he could use the taijutsu requirement things, and
Oh
he could
yes.
not be removed from the field. He
No,
was really good. Like
even the
uh,
Neji that didn't get damage. And that everybody
yeah, the
was.
net CP off the walls or whatever.
Yeah.
Again, like the and that's another thing this card game did. Yeah, power creep happens, but
It was
the power
limited.
creep on Naruto was on it was on the super rares.
No, and you can see actually Neji wasn't super rare, but you can see the power creep.
But
But it wasn't something
I
that it
thought we were
breaks
talking
the
about
game except for the Prokage.
I thought you were talking about Neji's sight beyond sight, the Jonin when that was turn 4 Jonin.
That doesn't get damage from any lower turn. I think it is.
I think yeah, he's super rare.
Oh, he's super rare. All right, yeah, but
I mean,
still,
there's the Neji
it is.
there's the uncommon Neji that's turn 2 and nothing. turn 1 or 0 can injure him.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's that one. That's uncommon. Yeah, I remember that one. I think that's a starter deck uncommon too.
you have like in Naruto you have power creep, and yes, but maybe it is, I will say, one card per set, and in one of the
Ah,
it is not, and actually is always fire. Most of it is always fire.
I think the biggest that you didn't see that much power creep because the first set had cards that were utterly powerful, but they were not strong enough until the other cards came along.
Yeah.
And same thing, like some other cards would show up and they were powerful, but as the sets kept on coming, they started losing power. Like I think the Kisame that would take your chakra and give me your chakra,
Oh yeah, the
he was
drain.
really strong. Yeah,
He,
the drain one, he was strong as heck.
it was. I wouldn't say it was not, but the thing is, since everything is by turn, you have to wait. By that time, the game is either at the end.
Yeah, it's about to end.
Yeah.
But that's okay. So you say that about Kisame, but you're complaining about Brokage, who's turned 6.
The thing is that when Brokage hits the floor, you basically
Hey, it's
win.
game over.
It's game over.
But yeah, well, if you
But
let it get to turn
okay,
6, you
but
lose.
then that's not the thing. If I'm winning and you bring Hokage to the floor, you win.
Then I won.
That is the problem.
Yes,
That is the problem.
that doesn't
I
sound
could
like
be
a bad
winning.
problem.
I could be winning,
This
but the
this sounds
one who
like
bring the
this
Hokage to
sounds
the
like
floor is the one who wins, and that's the point.
that sounds like the Impa debacle here. Sounds like Impa all over again.
Impa is been fixed already.
I'm sorry, Mango. I tried. I tried. He fixed it.
Yeah, I mean, I just put a cost on it, but it makes sure that first three turns you can play the Impa, but if you
And guess,
don't win, you're dead.
yeah. He's trying to stop the power creep early. We understand. But yeah, like that. I mean, I agree with you with the Brokage. Again, it's one of the few cards that had the name Brokage. I think the second Brokage was the fourth Hokage that you could play at instant speed, because why not?
Yeah, no, the one that also breaks the game was the Shidori, and
The Chidori Sasuke,
yeah,
the one that could play Chidoris for free.
yes, but it wasn't the Shidori Sasuke. Actually, it was the Shidori itself, the plus
Yeah,
five
the
and
spell
give one
itself, yeah.
damage. The plus five and give
Yeah,
one damage to
I should.
everything. That's the one that broke the game.
Yeah, the first Chidori, you get +5/+0 to target user, and the whole opponent team takes 1 point of damage. Yeah, that was pretty
Yes,
busted.
that's the because yeah, it costs a lot, but you have a Sasuke that can play it for free. So
Yeah, I remember that stupid deck. I'll play
and
my Sasuke here, turn 1 Sasuke, attack you with him. Oh, Chidori your face.
yeah, and
And you also had that other crappy Chidori that would give +5/+0. You draw a card, and whenever you won a battle, it becomes an overwhelming victory.
yeah, and but I mean that Chidori specifically is the one that it got banned. That's the
Yeah,
reason why Sasuke got banned too. Um,
yeah, Sasuke got banned, and the Chidori got banned,
yeah,
and the Moonlight Rasengan got banned.
yeah. I mean,
That was that was busted.
yeah, but
That's when Parker got serious when Moonlight Rasengan came out. Like, oh, 2 damage to the head ninja and 1 damage to the back ninja. Oh, okay, not that bad. Oh, you win the battle overwhelmingly because there's no head ninja anymore. Oh, you killed everybody. Cool. Okay. Oh,
Yeah,
it bounces to your hand. You have a certain Naruto. Oh, okay, whatever.
yeah, it was. Yeah, that
Yeah,
was
like they were
special.
trying.
I got three of that.
Yeah, they were trying to break it. Oh yeah, I got three too. No, I
But
got
yeah,
three of that and three of the Ascension Breaker
but yeah, it was
and the Lariat.
it anyway. The game was pretty good, pretty fun, pretty unique. So
Yeah, it was.
it was a
I,
shame
I
when it
think
died.
to up to this. Yeah, true. I mean, up to this day, the game's still fun. Like, and it's better now because you can just go to eBay or Amazon or whatever you want to buy cards, and you can buy a whole booster box for $20.
Not on every set.
I
uh,
mean, let me do a quick check here because I'm. I mean, what sets would not be $20?
well, last time I tried to get my collection back. I checked on the first sets and they were 240.
For the first sets,
Yeah.
who was gonna? Oh, wow, who the hell's gonna pay $147 for Naruto Sage Mode? Yeah,
Yeah, there's some cards that are pretty expensive. And since you can find them anymore,
I,
if you want them, you have to pay what they want.
it's like I understand because I remember like when we did the Yu Yu Hakusho episode, how much I was mad that the last set was expensive as heck.
Yeah.
Oh, Madara Uchiha had a Naruto card. I'll remember this card. For to obtain the ultimate power end of Jutsu, discard one ninja you control. This ninja cannot be the target of opponents' Jutsu cards.
All
The hell this
right.
card came.
Well, anyway, I think we are about to end the podcast.
Uh,
We've been here for what? 1 hour,
I mean,
2 hours, and what?
you've been here for 2 hours. I've been here for an hour.
2 hours 48 minutes. Yeah. That's almost 3 hours. So
Uh,
we
I
will
mean,
be.
that's what we do with our podcast now. They're 3 hours long.
Yeah. um. I mean, it took a little bit longer since I was doing an interview on the first, but yeah.
Yeah, I
Um.
understand. No. Again, when we talk about times, it's my time because I'm an hour behind you. Okay.
I. Well, I'm sorry.
No, you're good. I'm just like I realized that I didn't specify that when we last talked. So I was like, when you tell me, "Are you ready?" I'm like, "Ready for what?" And then I got home and my computer's acting stupid, so I cannot get all my information out ready to start talking. So I'm sorry about that too. Black Friday's coming up. I'm getting a new PC.
Alright.
Burn.
Um. Okay. What happened?
What happened? What?
Oh, come on! Don't tell me.
What happened? Oh, we were never recording, and I'm playing with you.
Yeah, we were recording.
And I'm just playing with you.
It's still there. I'm not seeing it.
Uh, the podcast?
Yeah.
I think so. Let me see. You might hear yourself.
Nah, it's still there. We're still live. It says live now.
Yeah, we're still live. We're still live. Yeah, we're still live.
All right. Well, anything you want to say before we leave then?
Um, I just want to say that St. Mango and Spelunky Ninja, you never challenged any of us for points, so you did not pass to the final round.
That's tomorrow. They have
Tomorrow's the last
until
day. Okay,
tomorrow.
you all got like 20 minutes before I go to sleep to get a match in, because
I don't think they.
but yeah,
I actually don't think they are awake. They must
I
be
know that's
sleeping already.
obviously that I'm right. They did not get to the next round because they're
Mm,
not gonna get the points tomorrow.
well, uh, I don't know.
Are you available all day tomorrow?
No, they know that. They don't. They know that I'm not available.
That's the thing. You're not available all day tomorrow. I'm not available all day tomorrow either. So they have to play each other, and one of them has to win 10 matches.
Or the points. There's different ways to win the points. Yeah.
Yeah, like one of them has to win like 9 perfect victories, and then let
Nah.
the other one win 10 matches,
Well, I don't know how
so they
they're
can.
gonna do it, but I guess I'm keeping all my call
Yeah,
lines.
but yeah, congratulations on all your car lines. I guess we are making the cards like we normally do. Nobody's gonna make an extra card. I guess you saved your $35
For
for the
what?
price.
Oh yeah.
The $20 first price, $10 second, $5 third. So you saved the
Yeah, no,
$35.
I'm already using part of that money to pay for art. So
Oh yeah, the commissions.
yeah.
Yeah, that. I was gonna ask you. We can do a December tournament since like I'm on vacation in December,
All
so I
right.
should be available most of the time.
Well, if you tell me one day that you will be available all day, we can do what Mango did, like choose a day
Yeah,
and
no,
do the
Mango
tournament
moved
just
the
one
date.
day.
Yeah, Mango moved the date, and he pissed me off because I was gonna participate and beat everybody because I had my infinite combo. But yeah, that didn't happen because I had to work today. So it sucked. But yeah, again, like for all those who participated on the tournament, like thanks for the support. Hopefully you enjoyed Astrom Cross. It is again, it's a fun game, original, very fun. Uh, After I get in touch with Kai here, we'll probably make a 1 day tournament in the middle of December, so like, we can at least give away one core line.
Well, it depends if the other car haven't been made or not, but yeah.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, like hopefully we'll get some good participation in this tournament as well. I mean, thanks for all the support. Those who listen to the podcast, thank you. Those on the HTC community, thank you. That you're not d-bags. Everybody on the Astrom Cross Discord, shout out to all of you. Sometimes you drive me crazy. I love you all the same. To our new artist squad, uh, thank you all because I have zero talent drawing, so I feel like I never do anything.
Yeah, no, no, actually, thanks to the guys that are doing the art for the game right now. Um, you
Like,
are
thanks a lot. Like
helping me a lot, us a lot.
you, you, you releasing Kai's stress of having to sign every card because the only support I give is on making the card, not the art. Like I might have ideas on the art, but I'm not drawing them because I'm bad at it.
Well, still, you do the balancing sometimes, and you do the effects, So
Yeah, and I mean, like, yeah, like I'm the engineer of the card, but
yeah,
not the artist. Yeah, again, to the whole Astron Cross community, thank you.
yeah.
Like,
Thank you all.
sincerely, thank you. Like we
Well,
would not be at the spot we are right now without you all.
yeah. Well, um. Oh, just in case, before I leave, I have to say it. We. I'm sorry. Let me go again at 1 minute. We are having two live events on December 5 and
Yeah,
December 5th. 5 and 6, I'm sorry.
December 5.
and one
Sounds
will
like Father
be
Food at the same.
yeah, um, one will be at the Encounters Comic and Game Store that is on Allentown, Pennsylvania. You are all welcome to go try the game and critique, see what is wrong with the game, and say it out loud so we can work to make a better game. Um, the other one is going to be on the Second Son Charles. Um, it's going to be on December 6th, and the same thing. That is on Whitehall, Pennsylvania. You can go over there and try the game too. I was trying to go to the PAX. Unfortunately, I could not get a table, so that won't be that won't be done. Um, there is another PAX on the February, and I will be trying to go to that one. But for now, you got these two dates to try the game. Is around Pennsylvania, so if you
Yeah.
are around by that
If
time,
you're
you're welcome to go.
Judge, you can go meet Kai in person. He can beat you in person,
Or you can beat me. either way,
or you can beat him. Yeah,
either way,
it's all fun and games.
I got 35, 34. I'm sorry, I forgot I have to give one to the artist. I got 34 core lines to give away, and well, it will be given. They will be given to the people who are over there.
I'll say let's say you only have 20 of them. Keep the other
Uh,
14 at bay.
all right, no, no, I already took yours away.
Oh, cool. I would say you should do whenever they go. If the people that actually are able to go to the stores, if they can tell you the exact abilities that Carolina has on her card, then they can get the card.
I mean, once I start running low, I might, but
Now, once you start running low, you'll be like, all right. So, what color are Coraline's eyes? Like, what? Like, yeah. I bet
yeah,
you didn't look at her eyes when you saw the art, sir.
yeah. Um,
It's just like what at what stage the moon is on the background. The moon? What? Oh, you didn't see the moon either? I'm sorry, you lost.
well, the car didn't have a background.
Oh, surprised. Kaiser, I'm just trying to trick him.
Yeah. Anyways, well, I guess that's it for today's
Better not.
video.
Okay, well, Warriors. We'll see you later. Warriors out, right?
Yeah, wires out.